Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first week of semi-pro professional football. I'm Bo McMichael, your host tonight. Score Sports bringing you live semi-pro action down here in Augusta, Georgia. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen versus the Augusta Ducks. Should be a very exciting matchup in the IAFL. I get my whole diction taken care of here in a minute. So we're trying something different. So hang in there with us. It should be a little fun. You won't hear any of the games. We're inside of a press box, so it's closed in. So if you see a reflection, that's mainly to kind of kick out all the sounds that we can the best way we know how to. So I'm glad everybody's with us here tonight. And sit back and enjoy. We're streaming live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Also Twitch, but I haven't really figured out that whole concept. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen is in the white. The Augusta Ducks are in the gray tonight. A nice, rainy, cold, miserable day. Props off to our filmer tonight, Robert Reed, taking in all the air conditioning and the cold and the wind tonight. We will chime in with some APDFL action as well. They're live over in Phoenix City, so we'll have a chance to kind of tune in and check in with them as well. I do have a roster in front of me. I do have an active scoreboard. There will be no clock running on our end, mainly because of where we're located in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's being filmed in Augusta, Georgia. Yes, we're trying our control center concept out, and can we actually do a control center, maybe a possible, what is it called, red zone breakdown of this. So I'm going to be going solo tonight. And seeing how certain things kind of play out, just to kind of give you an idea of what everything looks like. We'll get in here real quick and give you an idea. Down here in Phoenix City, we have two teams battling it out in the Amateur to Professional Developmental Football League. And they actually have 3 games going on tonight, so we'll have a chance to look in on their games as time goes on. But right now, we're going to be live with Augusta Ducks and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Why? Because, hey, that's the fun thing to do is get live with a kickoff. So get a chance. You can tweet me out at @ScoreSports58. You can throw something up on the old screen if you have any questions, mainly because we're live everywhere, like I said, between Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So probably the best way to get a hold of me is through YouTube and giving me a shout out if you have any questions or you have any reports or information that you want to throw our way. Once again, I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, the IAFL's Week 1 out in the rain and the nastiness of this whole week. It's been rough in the sense of trying to get some football. They were going to have a game up in Tennessee, and that game ended up getting postponed because realistically just too much weather out there. I mean, that comes right down to it. With this much weather going on, it's just one of those occurs. Metro Horsemen are going to kick off to start the season out. Still looking for kind of their schedule and getting that information. I think the one thing, if you go on the IAFL Semi-Pro website, that's IAFLsemipro.com, you can see the list of teams that exist throughout the Southeast, and boy, have those numbers grown, to say the least. So it's nice to see that number grow across the board. So, with no further ado, we'll get ready with the kickoff and see what happens. Between the race coming on here in Atlanta this weekend and the breakdown of the rain, and we got basketball going on, baseball, Braves got their first ones, it's going on. Well, we got our Locust Grove kicker. Looks like he's going to be our that looks like our punt returner. I'm trying to look on the stats to see what number the kicker is going to be. And do we actually have a designated kicker on the team? And the answer looks like no, not at this point. So I'll do better to get a little bit more stats. The Augusta Ducks will be taking on the Atlanta Tigers next week over in Anderson Park in Atlanta, Georgia. You get a chance. Definitely kick in and visit on that one. That's always nice to kind of tune in and see what's going on with semi-pro action here in Atlanta, Georgia. Waiting for the ref to step the ball up, and we'll get started. I get to work the scores, which I normally don't get to do, the scoreboard-wise, so it's going to be interesting to see how I key things in and how I look at everything. So we'll see how I do mentally, and am I able to set the possession. Right now it's going to be possession arrow is with the Ducks, or is with the Horsemen, but we're going to go ahead and set it over here with the Ducks and see if we can even see the change of possession. Probably not with the good old-fashioned green screen action. Still trying to perfect my green screen action and see how certain things play out. Sorry for my silence. And the kick. Let's get this season started. Nice little dribbler out to about the 20-yard line. The Ducks are going to pick it up, hanging on to the right as they go up the field. Looks up to get about to the 44-yard line is where we're going to start a little bit of action here. So we'll see how everything looks and get started. 1st and 10. Ball on the 44. The Ducks trying to make sure I get everything set up properly. 1st and 45. Well, that didn't work out. So we'll get this thing set up here in a minute. Line of scrimmage. You know, I'm not a real smart man, so it takes me a minute or two to get things going here. Ball's on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Augusta's first snap from center. A quick, it looks like a flag on the play already here. We'll see where everything sits right here with that flag on the play. We'll see what Whitecap has to say. It's going to be probably a redo it down. I'm going to bet it's going to be on the Ducks. No, I'm incorrect. We'll see if they decline it. It looks like they're going to take. Should decline it. It's going to be 2nd down. Looks like 2nd down and roughly about 4. Ball on the 46-yard line, or 47-yard line. Quick give, flags flying again. We'll see if we can get reset and figure out what's going on here on this 2nd down. It's not 2nd down and goal, so give me a second. 2nd down and roughly about 3. It's going to be on the Horsemen. 2nd penalty. It's going to give them a 1st down. It's going to be 1st down and 10. That's a nice way to start it. If you're the Ducks, 2 free plays. Penalties in their direction. Another handoff straight up the middle. Horsemen known for their defense. Big number 0. Is that a 0 or a 6? Going to have to get used to their uniforms. Big number 0, of course, that's the one digit we don't have on big number 0. He's a big man, to say the least. And they'll go 2nd down and roughly 12 yards. Ball's right on side the 46-yard line for the Ducks going in. Possession arrow in favor of the Ducks possession. I'm still in the basketball frame of mind, so sorry about that. My brain's still focused on that. 2nd down and 12. Set up in shotgun. Got a back right behind them. Looks like we got a nice little bunch to the left. I call it trips, but they're not too spread out to do that. And the Horsemen are going to say, hey, we need a timeout right now. So the Horsemen are going to call a timeout. They need a break. That's their first time out of the game. And with that, we'll take a look in on what's going on at the Louisiana Lightning and the Alabama Tigers. Let's see how this action's playing out real quick. I'll keep my eyes on the other one. Louisiana is in the white, Alabama's in the gray. Just in time for a touchdown. Let's see if we can see that on a replay. It's always nice getting an opportunity. He steps back right around the 24-yard line and zips it in. Louisiana's on the board here. They're somewhere in the second quarter. Man's going to give up and give us a touchdown action, so we'll see what happens. That's pretty exciting. Can't even argue with that. Coming out of a timeout, we get to go watch a little bit of APDFL action, and boom, they're right there scoring a touchdown. Louisiana Lightning going for 2 right now. I kind of keep my eye on this, see if I can create a red zone action for all those individuals out there playing semi-pro football. I think we're going to let Score Sports be the control center and allow you to just tune in and watch us. How about them apples? I like that concept. Bring a couple of guys' voices in here other than myself. In shotgun, Ducks trying to figure out what's going on. 2nd down and 12. Coming out of that timeout. Wide open. Nice little, pretty much a 5-drop. Little inside and boom with the quarterback. Going to be a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. They're trying to come back after that nice little draw of, or getting slammed right there and that 1st down. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Ball's right on the 38-yard line, give or take 37-yard line. It's going to be a long 3. My guess is going to be a run here. We'll see what happens. Quick draw. I don't think that's going to be the play of the the good thing to do right now. The line for the Metro Horsemen, they always say when you're large, wearing white's a rough color. But these guys look huge in that white. Number 90, Mr. Montez Torbert. He's out of Detroit, Michigan. He looks huge. It's 4th down. We're going to see what they do. They lost probably a good solid 2 yards right there. All the way back to the 39. Fourth down and 6. Ball's right on the 39, 40-yard line. And there goes the quarterback down for the sack. Nice play. If I play a little bit more attention, you can see 13 coming off the corner, beating 50. He didn't stand a chance. 13 looks like it's Darius Gilbert. All right, Darius Gillette out of College Park, defensive end linebacker. And we'll switch the possession over to the Horsemen. And we'll get things started 1st down and 10. Ball's right outside the sitting on that mark on that 40-yard line. No. Not the 40-yard line, the 48-yard line for the Horsemen. And if you could understand, I'm multitasking with the best of them here. Meaning I'm running the scoreboard. I'm just glad I don't necessarily have to do a clock. 1st and 10. Ball's on the 48. 48 of the Ducks. No, actually of the Horsemen. Going the other way. Very glad to have everybody with us. This is kind of the embryonic. Oh, what we got here? A little ref timeout, trying to figure out what's going on. The Zebras are going to have a conversation. They're wearing gloves, so it is definitely chilly out there. Horsemen trying to go to the line to see what's happening. If I had time, I'd click in and watch a little bit of APDFL action. The Alabama Tigers have the ball right now. And see what's going on there. It seems like the camera people with the Louisiana and the Louisiana Tiger and Alabama, they keep having, I don't think it's that dark there, but you're having some lighting saturation issues of what I can see based on the screen, but hopefully they'll get that fixed before things get started. The Augusta Ducks are new with the IAFL. Last year they were with the APDFL, the Amateur to Professional Developmental Football League. They joined the Independent American Football League, if I said that correctly. It's always nice when my brain gets trying to figure out if I'm saying certain things correctly with the Independent American Football League. They go by the IAFL, led by Commissioner Tracy Rico. Offsides, or illegal procedure, loss of 5 yards on the Horsemen. That's the third penalty of the game for the Horsemen. That's an easy one for the Whitecap with illegal procedure. That receiver was out there on the 5 yards deep before things get started. So it's going to be 1st and 15. Ball on the 42. Another legal procedure. You know, this happens in the first game. 77's hitting his head, trying to make sure he stays focused. 10's the quarterback. That's Quentin Rucker out of Atlanta, Georgia. Another loss of 5. Bring it back down to about the 36-yard line, give or take. Let's see if I did the math correctly. Another legal procedure. We're now 1st and 20. Actually, they're right around the 37-yard line. 2nd and 20. Actually, 1st and 20. My bad. Deep pass. Nobody there. The only thing that defensive back had to do was just stay right there and make sure he stayed and didn't try to push too far, and he was going for the ball, and everything's kind of status quo at that point. All right, so it's 2nd down and 20. Ball on the 37-yard line. Horsemen have dug themselves a nice little hole here in the game. And what I mean by that is that they turned around and went for it. All right, got 2 penalties to start off, and they're going to call a timeout to get their brains settled. Make sure that everybody's on the same page. That's the 2nd timeout by the Horsemen. And with that, we'll take a quick little look in on the APDFL. Once again, they don't have the score going on here. So this is not the Ducks or the Horsemen. This is the Louisiana Lightning and Alabama Tigers. So so I don't get anybody confused, I'll take this scoreboard off real quick so we know that that's not them. I'll keep my eye in on the Horsemen. When they come back, we'll go that way with it. Looks like they possibly calling at halftime. No, they're calling it a game here. And they've had enough. Kind of curious what the score was. This game started roughly at 3 o'clock, so it's been going on for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So the next one won't get started here shortly. So let's get back to action here with Metro Atlanta Horsemen and the Augusta Ducks with the IAFL. Toss sweep. Oh, ball's on the ground. Everybody doesn't like it when the ball's on the ground. Trying to find some outside, goes back, cuts back in, and he's finding some room all the way down to the Ducks' 45-yard line. A nice gain for the Horsemen. That cutback's going to kill you every time. Oh, but no, wait. I see a view in on the white man, a white cap, so let's see. He's a white man as well. Oh, let's see if there's a flag. Looks like it's again pointed back. Anytime when you cut back like that, you do worry about a little bit of a possible block in the back. That's going to be 15 yards. Well, we spoke too soon, so we're going to be almost all the way back to the 25-yard line. That would be my guess. Oh, they're going to still 2nd down. Oh, they're going to go where the block was. So 2nd down and roughly about 12 yards to go. So they're taking it from the block itself. So that's good to know. So it's 2nd down and roughly about 12 yards to go. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Horsemen in shotgun position. Back to the right. Drop back. Good throw and catch right there to start off. Like that throw and catch. All the way down enough for a 1st down. He was able to really kind of just sit in the pocket and find open man right outside the 38-yard line. It should be 1st and 10. Back to action we go. Ball right inside the 38, 39-yard line, give or take. Horsemen drop back to shotgun. Looked like they were going to do a quick snap. Possibly 2 yards on the play with a quick dive. B. On the 36, we'll give it 36, even though it looks like 37. Possibly 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Ball's on the 36. We're still here in the first quarter. Haven't had any opportunity. This is the first drive offensively for the Horsemen. The Ducks moved a little bit into Horsemen territory, but was stopped on a 4th down and 6. Drop back out into the flats, trying to make that first guy miss, unsuccessful. Was able to pick up possibly 1 yard. Got it all the way down to about the 35. So, I mean, when I say 1 yard, it looked like it was just possibly 1 yard. It's going to leave a long, we're going to call it a long 6. So, 3rd down and 6. Ball's on the 35. Horsemen right back to the line. They're not going to be the type of people to huddle in the sense that they're going to go from the line, and there they go. Deep drop back, right in the pickle barrel right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was nice. You can't argue with that. If I got excited right there, I couldn't go over there and hit the replay button. That's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Horsemen, and they're on the move right now, all the way down to about the 26-yard line of the Ducks. We're going to possibly see the first score of the night here. Nice little drive put together. Horsemen started off very rocky. Didn't know what was going to happen. They had to call a timeout. They went ahead and burned 2 timeouts already. But in all honesty, that might be to their advantage to get their stuff situated and get their brain wrapped into what they needed to do here today. So that's always nice to see that. Got trips to the left, single back set. If I had my 2 announcers, they'd give proper terminology. They're going to call movement on the Horsemen. Flag on the play. Drop it back 5 yards. Back to the 31 they go. We'll do some adjustments here shortly. Kind of wanted to keep my Score Sports logo up, but didn't realize the whole flag would go over it. We're not showing the clock. I didn't want to have an open space right there, but it doesn't look great when the flag goes up. But, hey, we'll work through that. 1st down and 15, ball outside the 30 for the Horsemen. They're looking right, trying to find themselves into the red zone tonight, seeing what's going to happen. Another flag. When they come in spurts like that. Offsides. Hey, give it right back to them. So we've just kind of traded penalties here for a second. So no harm, no foul right there. We just kind of enjoyed, I wouldn't call wasting any time, but hey, that's all right. Moving around we go. 1st and 10, still ball on the 26. For those people in the time shift, that's all we experienced right there. It was a nice little time displacement. Quick toss, trying to find the corner. He's moving his feet, made about 3 or 4 miss, and he's going to go down and pick up some nice yardage. After he made that first miss, he just kept grinding his feet. Gentlemen, if you ever want to watch a good play right there, that's some grinding your feet, not wanting to go down, making it all the way down to about the 15-yard line. Possibly enough for a 1st down. They're going to say it is enough for a 1st down. They'll have to get all the way down to about the 5 for a possible goal line, but they can't get a 1st down without a touchdown. Ball's in the air, another penalty. They're going to let that play out if it's on the offense versus the defense. Got a hurt player, number 10, quarterback. He's a little frustrated about how that was handled. Flag on the play. We'll let the referees decide what's going to happen here. 65's giving his viewpoint on it. 65's wearing the black pants, even though Horsemen are wearing white pants across the board. We'll see what the reset looks like. They're going to call it on the Horsemen. March it back. No, they're going to call it on the Ducks based on where the flag's at. So it's going to be 1st and 5, balls on the 10-yard line. It looked like a defensive jump right there. Not surprised it wasn't necessarily called that. Ball's on the 10, 1st and 5. They've done a great job. Not going to call a flag right there. He was just defending the best way he can. That's keeping his hands up and saying, wasn't me. Wasn't me. 2nd and 5, ball on the 10. Whitecap again. We're getting flags all over the place. Oh, number 11 for the Horsemen, not too happy. Sammy Johnson. He had something to say to the Whitecap. That's going to give him 15 yards right there. They look like they might even toss him. Trying to figure out what's going to happen. 82 is trying to help out as well, meaning Michael Willis. Yep, 11 is ejected from the game. Sammy Johnson's going to see you later. Not going to have it. Trying to figure out what else was missed in that situation. Because we're in a press box, necessarily can't get any sound anyways. We'll work on, if we ever do this, get some more live action so we can hear the sights and the sounds of the game. But in this situation, you get to hear my voice and being able to call the game and telling you what's going on and where it's actually happening. Man, that's 15 yards. That's a pretty penny right there, all the way to about the 37-yard line. No, he's going to keep walking. I mean, he's trying to get his steps in. He must be carrying a Fitbit or something. Goodness gracious alive, he was walking them off. So, I mean, we're talking 5, 10, 20, 27 yards, we're going to say. Looks like possibly 2nd down. Ball's on the 27. Ball's right inside, maybe the 41. Be nice to, I'll call it the 42 to give him help here. Everything's kind of getting put on a pause. Too bad we don't have APDFL trying to do this. From a timeout perspective, I don't think it's the Ducks calling a timeout. I didn't see where he was waving it. This is when you wish you had 2 other people sitting in the room with you. But I didn't know how well everything was going to play out. So I'll do a better job next time. I know the Ducks are trying to have a conversation with the Whitecap, trying to figure that part out. Everybody's got to get their situation, get their emotions under control. This is the first week of the season. You want to make sure that the one thing that I like about the IAFL is they're very focused on running a professional league. And what I mean by that is in the sense that they don't put up with any of this type of unnecessary talking. And they want to make sure that you're playing football. You come out here to watch football, to play football, to participate, to have that opportunity to go to the next level. And that's what the choice is to play this game. We're over here in Lincoln Memorial Field, which is nice over here in Augusta, Georgia. To get some green grass going is nice. We're going to start back the play after this timeout. I'm going to say that the timeout was the Horsemen at this point, and that is their final timeout. But if it's on the Ducks, I'm deeply apologize for having that incorrect. 2nd down at 27, probably 37, based on not being able to call that right. I'm going to call it 37. 2nd down and 37. At this point, you're just trying to get some yardage back. And there's the INT. That's what they were wondering if it was going to happen. He takes it back the other way, and he's going. Looks like number 23 for the Ducks. Yep, number 23 for the Ducks. Balin Stone. Stone cold right there. He laid it down. Possession error going to the side of Holding. Oh, after the play, possibly after the play. So they're going to retain the ball. I didn't know if it was going to be defensive holding before that, but it is going to be offensive. It is going to be the Ducks' ball. So we'll get started here. First down and 10. Ball right inside. They were almost getting it all the way back to the 43, based on where the ball was handed off on. They're going to count the penalty, get it all the way back down to the 25. So I'm earning my stripes here on the flags all over the place. Horsemen, within the first quarter, have definitely blown or put some penalties into their discretion. They were already inside the 15-yard line, and they fell apart. Number 11 for the IAFL, or for the Horsemen, got ejected and added 15 yards, and then just it kept increasing right there. So, you hope for a little bit more, but this is what happens. All right, here we go. The Ducks, nice little option pass, nothing there. I'm telling you, run against these Horsemen, not going to happen. Hey, it's just not. It's second down, and they're going to have to call somebody to get that running back. Number 5 is like, no, don't do that. Malcolm Watkins is like, guys, we need a block. I know they're big, but come on. We got a block. Loss of 5 yards. All the way back down to the 20. If all this kind of works out to our advantage, we'll bring in a statistician, bring some special effects and stuff. I kind of wanted to see, could I bring certain things all over the place into a control center and call the game for you? Right now, the answer is somewhat yes. So I like that concept right now. The biggest thing I'm trying to figure out right now is, can I get some sound of the game to you all? And that's what I'm trying to figure out as well. I'll work on that at halftime. Second down and 16. And another sack. I tell you, the defense of the Horsemen, this is going to be a 0-0 game. Mainly because you get everything started here and you try to figure out what's going to work and what's not. And right now, that's the second sack of the game, and a crucial time to really knock them all the way down to about the 13-yard line for the Ducks. They're not sitting in a nice situation. It's third down and roughly 17. Probably a little bit 23 if I'm guessing. Shotgun, and away we go. Quick screen out, and that DB, number 6 for the Horsemen, Fred Dixon, just closed that in quick. And he knows that he closed it in quick. It's going to be the fourth down. We're going to be able to see a punt. Another loss of about 6 yards. They're going to kick off. Look like, oh, no, he actually gained a yard. They're out on the 15. So they were able to gain at least 3 yards on that play. They lost so many yards between the sack and the first play was a loss, meaning a run behind the line of scrimmage, and then boom, a sack, and then the third play, being a screen, was shut down by the DB. So this is going to be the first thing. We haven't really seen the special teams. We saw a dribbler for the kickoff for the Horsemen. This is the first time we're seeing a punt. Fourth down and 21, give or take, ball on the 15-yard line. Crucial points. My mans Craig and Adam were here. They would talk about the indicators of how important it is from and, of course, what do we have? We have a flag on the play. Legal procedure. They're going to march them back again. Why wouldn't they? I'd make them go as much as I could. 26 yards, move it down to the 10. Still fourth down. See if they march it 5 yards off, or it's going to say half the distance to the goal. Usually it has to get inside the 10 for that to be the case. They should go all the way to the 5. Yep, they do. Always enjoy people sharing the videos, people chiming in and watching a little bit. Got 10 people watching it on Facebook. Hey, you never know what's going to happen within a Facebook perspective. So I appreciate you chiming in and watching us a little bit. This is kind of a, hey, we'll see how everything plays out. Side kick. That's a knuckleball. Way outside. Ball 7, roughly about the 32-yard line. He going to mark it down. Where's he going to stop? He's going to stop on the 24-yard line. Possession of the Horsemen. Probably, when you say nice starting position here for the Horsemen. Glad to have everybody with us. APDFL starting their second game. We'll kind of tune in, keep an eye out on who that is. Looks like it's going to be the Rampage. Let's get it correct. Crescent City Rampage will be playing. Well, we'll get back to action here. 1st and 10, ball on the 24. Horsemen trying to find a way to get themselves into the end zone here in the first quarter. Week 1/0/-1 of IAFL action. They're all going to get into play on week 2, the bottom line is. 10's rolled out, finds a wide open man in the flats, and he's moving. Somebody offered the shake and bake, and he helped. Take a look at these moves, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see him go down. He hits the A button, then hits the X button, and hits the Y. You got to be careful. You spin too much, get everybody in trouble right there. All right, it's going to be a first down all the way down to about the, the 15? Yeah, about the 15-yard line. First down at 10 we go. Now, this is when we got in trouble last time. If you're a Horseman fan, things fell apart. We were down here just a little bit ago in the first part of the first quarter with our first drive. Ooh, big man came in on the backside and said, "No, you're not going anywhere." 53. Got to fix his tie, get his suit situated. Number 5'3", Henderson Ware. Ware right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a loss of give or take about, we'll say 2 yards. It felt like much more than that. We'll give him 1 yard loss. And it's a second down. Second down and 11, ball on the 16. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, bringing you IAFL action here in Augusta, Georgia. The command center located in McDonough, Georgia, having a little fun doing a remote location, bringing some action to you here in the first quarter. Rollout, he's looking wide open in the corner, going to be picked. That's his second interception of the game. Is he going to say he's out or good? What are we going to give? We're going to give a call. Looks like it is turnover. Possession arrow to the Ducks. That's the second pick from number 10, Mr. Quentin Rucker. Second interception of the night. The pick goes to number 7 for the Ducks, Martez Gallman. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, I deeply apologize. My name is Bo, so I only have really 2 letters to deal with, so I can deal with what I have. First down and 10. Ball should be on the 20. Don't know if they go NFL rules and bust it out to the 25. The answer is no, they don't. First and 10 on that manner. APDFL looks like they're getting back into play, so we'll kind of be able to tune in with them. It's the Crescent City Rampage versus the East Alabama Predators. That's a mouthful. They're starting their second game over in Phoenix City. Bernard Hunt, the commissioner of that league, the Amateur to Professional Developmental Football League, wasn't able to have an opportunity to film that game for you all, but hey, if they're going to stream it live on YouTube, everybody got the option to throw that in there, so I'm going to get an opportunity, do a little chime in, throw it in as much as we can. Here we go, Ducks. Ducks decided to step up and quack back and stop him with an INT. Oh, he pulls it. He's got to run. Oh, big man's waiting for him. Everybody get out of the way. See if he can find. Oh, ball's almost out of his hands, rumbling, stumbling all the way down. That was a little scary. Let's see what we can get of that instant replay. He was running for his life from the big man up front from the Horsemen. He was able to get it out. That ball almost went out of his way, but no, he was able to hold it still and get it back all the way up to about the 27-yard line. It's going to be second down. Ball on the 27. This looks like it's at end of the quarter here. If I'm a guesser based on what everybody's doing, my man's not going to the scoreboard, so I'm trying to figure out, guy's taking the clock. So we're going to say, hey, it is the end of the score or end of the quarter. With that, we'll chime in a little bit if we can over here to the Crescent City Rampage and the East Alabama Predators. They'll get ready to start their game, and we'll get back here the start of the first half or start of the second quarter here in just a minute with the Horsemen and the Ducks. Once again, I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. And if you don't like it, I'll talk a little bit longer for you. So it's always fun to do that. I think he got all the way back to the 26-yard line. That was a nice little run for him. It's going to be probably, I'm guessing, second down and trying to think through my head a little bit. And they're jumping right back on the play, so we don't see any of that action. So let's head back the other direction. Second down and 2. Ball on the 28. Silence is golden. That was a good hustle from the quarterback. He's a big drink of water right there, but I was worried about he's going to pop that ball out. Right now, probably the keys of the game are the 2 turnovers for the Horsemen. Also, the injection of number 11, Sammy Johnson. And that really kind of sets the tone for the whole entire game right now in this sense. But right here, we're live, Metro Atlanta Horsemen, Augusta Ducks. Augusta Ducks trying to put something together. They have not been – look at the white uniforms and how big these guys are. Goodness gracious, they're big. I don't want to block them, and they're trying to run it up the middle. I mean, there's nothing there. Nothing there. That's all I can say. You thought, nope. Number 13 looks very intimidating, by the way. Darius Gillette. I like his face mask and how everything looks very predator-based, I feel like. Loss of a yard. We'll say it's third down. Ball's on about the 27-yard line. Possession goes over to the Ducks. Sorry about that. Let's get the scoreboard back down here. I'm wasting my time not doing that when I need to. Here we go. Put that back up. Third down and 3. Ball's on the 27. Ducks have the possession. Horsemen have already wasted all their time out. They're coming, by the way. You got to stand up. Two of the guys are up. They lobbing that snap in, trying to go to the outside. Should have been picked off. 99 should have took it to what we call the house. Travis Ledbetter should have been picking it up, running the other direction. Fourth down. Second punt for Augusta Ducks coming up right now. That could have gotten very scary very quick for the Ducks. The Ducks have done everything in their case to keep this game close. It's 0-0. Possession arrow. Possession. The Ducks are in fourth down and 3. I got to get my basketball terminology out of my brain, so I'll work on that. If we have time, we'll go out to Phoenix City, show a little bit of the Alabama game that's going on, East Alabama Predators versus the Crescent City Rampage. But we're going to get a punt here. Start of the second quarter. At halftime, we will chime in and watch that other game here for a little bit. Oh, I thought he was going to fake it. He went for the run around the corner. And he's knuckling it all the way down to about maybe the 38-yard line where that ball is going to sit dead at the 43. He marches all the way up to about the 45-yard line where the Ducks will take over, or the Horsemen will take over and go the other direction here. First and 10. Possession arrow with the Horsemen, meaning the Horsemen have the ball. I'll stop saying basketball terminology. Get it out of my brain. Everything's got to say that. At this point, I would just mute me and not listen to me and just say, hey, this is what we're doing here. So the Horsemen and the Ducks, people that just joined us, it's the third possession of the Horsemen. 2 of them have been ended with the interceptions. Very sadly, in the sense that we have already had a player ejected for the Horsemen. And that's their first possession of the second quarter. The Ducks cannot get anything offensively started, but they are doing their best to contain the Horsemen as much as they've been able to deal with the defensive line of the Horsemen. Nice little screen outside. Runs it all the way down to about the 42-yard line, probably enough for the first down. We'll say yes. All the way, I'll move the chains. Yep, move the chains, move the chains, move the chains, all the way down to about the 42. First down and 10. Inside the Augusta Ducks, 50. Probably going to say to 43, but we'll give them, I'll be nice and move it up to the 43. Shotgun formation. Back to the right. Almost jumped off sides there for the Ducks. He's trying to get movement, maybe 3 yards. Looks like he got all the way back down, got to the 40-yard line here. Be third down, or second down and 7. Second down and 7. Appreciate everybody allowing the comments coming in. I can't see it mainly because we're off of Facebook Live, so anybody puts those coming in, it's always good to get a little thumbs up, get recognition that we are having people watching, and I'm just not talking to myself. I'm looking over at my YouTube page and seeing 0 people watching, except myself that's on. Here we go, second down and 7/8. Ball right inside the almost 40-yard line. Another screen to the outside, and big man said no. Ball's on the ground too, but he's able to recover it. The great wrap-up, as soon as he ran out there into the flats right there to throw it to him, he's like, I don't think so. We're going this way. Big man going to grab him, take him down. At least he jumped himself back on the ball. That's a plus. Loss of about 7 yards going to be, I'll call it 15 to go on third down. And just when you think they have something going for them, meaning the Horsemen, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. And I understand this being the first game, so I'm not going to sit there and throw what we call shade to any offense. I mean, it takes a little bit of time for the offense to get going. Defense, man, it does not. As long as you're playing your role and your capabilities, then everything is fine and dandy. But it's when you're offensively, you got to click, and you've got to do certain things. It's third down. Ball there. What are we doing here? They marching off another 5. They're inside this about the 47. They went ahead and pushed it all the way back to now on Horsemen's side of the field. They were doing well. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot, people. I am a fan of the Horsemen. I'm not a fan of the Ducks. I don't live near the Ducks. I live near the Horsemen, so I'm going to root for my teams that are nearby. 10 looking for a great arm, by the way. He tried a Julio-style catch on the end. Number 4, Christopher Showtime Williams, but unsuccessful. It's going to be fourth down. We might see what they have to offer here with their punting team. Are they just going to go for it? If I'm them, I'm going for it because the Ducks can't do anything offensively. That's just hands down they can't. I would agree with you, James Moreland. You definitely need to juke them in the open field. I would agree with that tenfold. I'm glad you could sit back and watch it, Coach Moreland. We even got Coach Singleton joining in a little bit watching this game from the Georgia Crush. Don't get no secrets there, Gridiron Developmental Football League. All right, here we go. They're going to go for it. I didn't think they were going to punt. I wanted to see what they could do special team-wise. It's always very interesting. We got twins to the right, single back set in the back, shotgun, low snap. He's looking. Ooh, and they brought the pain. And he's going to be happy about that. 55 for the Ducks. Comes in a quacking, and, of course, I have that as Jay Armstrong. Nice indeed. He wrapped up. Another big man on the side got a little piece too. He's being covered up. I can't see. They're going to call a flag on the Horsemen. Be first down at 10 for the Ducks. Wonder where they're going to roll that ball at. Didn't see what the flag was called. If you see a reflection, bodies moving, this isn't 3 men and a little lady. There are no shadows going on. We are filming through a press box, so you do see glass coming up a little bit. So no worries there. Oh, that's the reason why you can't see it. I'm a smart man there, Jenny. I got you unlisted. So I'll get this back up. Here we go. Right inside the 22-yard line for the Ducks. Probably the biggest play so far to be able to have this happen right now. It's great. always wonder when nobody's watching, hey, it's because it was on public. He cuts back, decided he didn't want to go in that hole. He wanted to go, ho, ho, ho. Let's watch that again. He liked that one. Look at number 5 taking the shoulder. He cut it back. Number 5 for the Ducks, Malcolm Watkins, said, hey, defensive back, number 21, I'll take you. But 21 got him down. I'm always hey, Mr. Chanel, you get him down, you get him down. Here we go. All the way down to about the 12-yard line. It's going to be, give or take, about 4 yards to go. Wish I could see the brackets, but I can't based on where I'm at. Second down. Quick snap to the quarterback, number 3. Gets it all the way down to about the 10-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. And it's almost going to be first and goal would be my guess, or at least first and balls on the 1. Yep, first and with the ball on the 11. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. We'll do all our adjustments here at halftime. It is in the second quarter. Watching a little bit about what's going on behind us with the Crescent City Rampage and the East Alabama Predators as well, and I'll keep y'all updated at what's going on here. Outside sweep, big quarterback taking the corner, gets about 3 yards, maybe possibly 4, gets it all the way down to about the 7-yard line. Second down and about, give or take, 7 to go. It would have to be 6 based on the numbers. Ball's on the 7. We'll say the 8. Yeah, I definitely want to hear some more noise. This is killing me, this silence. I'm used to being in the game. I'm kind of sweating a little bit too, so it's funny. But I'm not freezing, and it's not cold, and it's not rainy for me, so I'm working at it. Appreciate that, Mr. Armstrong. Thumbs up. Look on the outside. Away we go. Incomplete pass. Third down. This is where they froze up as well. Neither team have gotten into the end zone so far. Tonight we had 2 turnovers by the Horsemen, both times when they were getting inside scoring position. This is Augusta's first really true opportunity inside the red zone right now. And the best way I can say it is because of the Horsemen. The Horsemen went for it on 4th down, got a sack, and then a penalty onto them. So they started their drive on the 20-yard line. They've only had to go 10 yards. It's 3rd and 7 right now. Ball on the 8. I'm curious to see if we have a field goal kicker. Will they line up to kick a field goal if they don't get it here and find out what's going on? Coming from the corner, no good. Great defensive play. They're not going to call a flag. They were able to get it in right there and see what happens. He went for the block. Now it's 4th down. They're going to go for it as well. Here we go. 4th down. Ooh. The multitasking is wonderful at this point. Hats off to myself right here. I will take a good nap later on. I'm glad we only realistically have 1 game to go through this. 4th down and 7. Second quarter of play here. Ball on the 8-yard line. Give or take the long 7. Low snap. He's not going to go anywhere except to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody ordered a Horseman sandwich. Give me some extra lettuce and tomato because that was nasty. I mean, where are the offensive linemen for the Ducks? Not anywhere near the quarterback. Please help him up. Let's change it over on down for the Horsemen. Great job on the Horsemen's perspective. It's 1st down and 10. Let's see if they can get something started here. They're going to call replay down here. I'm a little confused. Yep. They can call flag. Of course they are after I, can't necessarily see that, and I went for the instant replay. So they're going to run the clock. It's 1st down and goal. First time out for the Ducks. Because the only reason I know that is because the other team does not, meaning the Horsemen. Ball's right inside the 5-yard line. Say send and send. While they're at a timeout, we'll take a moment. We'll go in and look to see what's happening. Of course, it's like everybody was on a timeout break. This is the Crescent City Rampage over in Phoenix City. East Alabama Predators, APDFL representing. East Alabama Predators look like they're in the white, and the Crescent City team is the home team. But don't hold me to it. Can't see that far away. It's a little blurry. Yeah, the Predators got P's on their helmet, so I'm gonna go with that with being the Predators. And they're the East Alabama Predators against the Crescent City Rampage. Crescent City Rampage is based out of New Orleans. We'll have a chance to talk about them at halftime and watch a little bit of their action as well. Bring in some volume and see what we can hear from that. I'm hard to tell if I can hear anything on that piece of action. Here we go. First and goal for the Ducks. And this could be a great goal line stand or a very poor one. Is this their first touchdown? They going to give it to him? Saying no, he is on the what we call 1-inch line of the game. Yeah, we keep switching the back, Coach Moreland. I'm able to multitask, man. I'm what we call the red zone action here, man. So I'm going to switch it back and forth to the Phoenix City game over in with the APDFL. Second down, he's going to take it to the outside, and he's going to get his touchdown with the second down and goal. They get their first points of the game. Let's put it on the board for the Ducks. Get their 6 points, and there we go. All right. We'll see what they do from a extra point or 2-point conversion here. And we'll get ready to they're going to go. Ball's going to be set on the 15-yard line. 2-point conversion. Two timeouts remain for the Ducks. We're here in the second quarter of play. Multitasking, they're going to line up to kick the extra point. Low snap. They're not even going to try to attempt it. There's a flag on the play. Offsides on the Horsemen. We'll go in the other direction. Trying to make sure my Facebook's back up and running. Sorry for that on that end. I can see that it's trapping. Might be me, not you all. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Down here in the dungeon. Flag on the play off the mark here. They'll possibly now go for 2 instead of kicking an extra point, because now it's going to be half the distance to the goal instead of that. So there's an opportunity here for them to get 2 points instead of 1, and that's what they're kind of considering right now. It is in the second quarter. They'll be kicking off here shortly, and that'll be the first time we see that. 29 for the Horsemen or for the Ducks, Mr. Darius Morris. Help me out, man. Got 2 teams playing. I can read your statement here. Just give me a heads up of what you're looking for. I'm trying to pay attention to what we're watching. They are going to go for 2 here. I'll do my best to pay attention to what everybody else has. No, denied from the wall of Horsemen. He not going nowhere. I mean, he just ran into a brick wall. Hands down brick wall. Goodness gracious. From the Horseman, number 29, I appreciate you asking. That's Craig Smith, middle linebacker and outside linebacker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a little bit of action here. Let's go ahead and chime in and see what's going on over in Phoenix City. We'll see what's happening here. Remove, talking out loud. The Rampage and the Predators. Predators are in the white. The Rampage is in the green. And we don't have great signals, so we're kind of dealing with what we can. I'll try to work a little bit on that one. That's not necessarily me, but more the signal that's coming in right now. But don't necessarily have a score going as well. But we'll get things started back here. It's always nice to see two different games kicking in. This one's at the APDFL. We'll go back here in just a minute with the Horsemen. Horsemen's going to be receiving the kickoff. And once again, we're filming through glass, so the glare is not necessarily fun when we're getting further out like we are right now. When we're straight ahead, it's a little bit better. Not necessarily we can do anything about it. Ducks are going to kick off. And we'll get started. 1st and 10 for the Horsemen. He boots it deep. They're going to start on the 20. Possibly the 25 based on the rules. See where they mark it. Mr. Whitecap. Okay, we're in the second quarter here of play. 1st and 10. They're going to set the ball on the 25. That was my downright guess of it. We'll see how the Horsemen respond to everything at this point. Glad you could tune in and join us real quick. It's always nice to kind of get going with football season. When one season ends, let's the other ones begin here. They're going to start off with a kind of a slanted I formation. He does a little hot skip and a jump, trying to find some outage. And I tell you one thing, as much as I didn't think the Augusta Ducks had it defensively on the Horsemen, the Ducks have come to play. They've picked off the ball twice, and they've just been able to stuff this offense of the Horsemen. And nothing's been successful for them. Their first game in the Independent American Football League, the IAFL, it's huge right here. 2nd down, no gain on the play. And I mean, we're almost 10 yards deep for that one back. Goodness gracious. Toss sweep. He's trying to find it, and boom, he gets maybe 2 yards. He ran 12 yards to get 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Ball's on the 27-yard line. You know, and for people that wonder how well I can multitask, this is the fun part of multitasking. If we sit there and said, okay, hey, let's do picture in a picture, and we'll drop this down, and you can see the Rampage game at the bottom left hand of your corner here. Once again, they always go to a timeout as soon as I do that. It's funny. Every time I try to be a little special and showing something I can do, it runs into a timeout. I'll do a better job of that later. That's just me having fun. Dropping back, looking for a pass. 3rd down and 8. Inside out his fingers right now. Now we should see the Horsemen punt. Clock is stopped. We should not see a play at this point, to say the least. Being 4th down, I should not see this team go for it here. 4th down and 8. We should see their first punting team here in the second quarter. The Ducks up by 6. Week 1 of the IAFL. Glad everybody's tuning in as much as you can. We'll be here, like I said, streaming live most of the spring with football of all sorts. We got Arena League football, Peach State Cats. We're assisting and helping out with them this year. We got the Atlanta Phoenix, which is the women's professional football league team out of Atlanta, Georgia, which is great. We help out the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. We help out as many teams as they look for assistance here with the APDFL, the NDFL, and the IAFL. There's a lot of leagues here in the state of Georgia. If you're ever interested on a Saturday, just kind of look it up on Facebook. Start looking around for semi-pro professional football and come out and watch a football game. let alone you got the Alliance playing at Georgia State next week. They might even be playing this weekend. I'm not necessarily sure. I think it's next weekend, to be honest with you. Everything's somewhat a blur. Here we go. Got the first punt of the game for the Horsemen. Oh, not a good punt, ladies and gentlemen. Not a good punt. Pick it up and run. Pick it up and run. Out of bounds. Ball's on the 10. That was pretty. And that's what we need to do is work on our special teams. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what Whitecap has to say with that particular flag on the play. It goes in the possession arrow of the Ducks. Offsides on the Horsemen. They're going to re-kick. Lucky, lucky, bo lucky right there. Goodness gracious. That is really good on their end. They'll march off 5 more yards, put it back to where it was from a scrimmage perspective. They did have a delay of game, but they're going to now kick 4th down and 8 now and get back to the 27-yard line where the ball was placed to begin with. We'll say the 25-yard line. And I know they're trying to figure out what they want to do here. It's still 4th down. It's a little chilly out there. Weather-wise, appreciate Robert stepping in and doing a great job with us across the board, freezing his tail off in a press box while I'm sitting up here sweating myself off in my office. Feel like somebody lost a bet. Oh, and if they'd have rushed it, just take your time and punt the ball this time, buddy. Ball's on the ground. Everybody get away from it. Goodness gracious. Ball's on the 42-yard line, and we'll start right there with the Ducks. And there's really no way to work with the angle of it. I deeply apologize for our cameraman and being in the shadows right there. It's just a part of good old-fashioned spring weather coming in. So it's 1st down and 10. And I'm not going to make him sit outside in the cold and the rain. I don't have that and don't want to have that happen to my equipment, to say the least. All right. 1st and 10. Ball is on the 42. And if we have a little bit of time, do a little split screen action between the two here. I'll bring it down here in just a minute after this play. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Got 2 people in motion right there, and they need to get set. Trips to the right. Everybody's trying to figure out who's doing what. Goodness gracious, deep pass. Wide open. Looking for his catch. No. Thought he was going to be able to get it to him. One was looking for the ball. He had a step on him. I mean, bottom line, he's just trying to find a way to get to the ball. Defensive back for the Horsemen. Looked like number 6 did a great job putting his hand in there, Fred Dixon, to stop that from happening. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Closing minutes of the 2nd quarter. Nice rainy night / afternoon in Augusta, Georgia. North Augusta. They're actually in South Carolina. Who knew? Flag on the play. Number 97 moving. Let's drop it back 5 yards. I'll throw it all the way to the 48-yard line. You know, when you get this good field position, you don't necessarily want to waste it, especially on a legal procedure by the Ducks. The Ducks are winning 6-0. Bottom line reason for that, 2 turnovers for the Horsemen. Horsemen have not been able to get anything offensively started. And both teams are, it's always who's going to have the hiccups first. And right now it's the Horsemen. They gave the Ducks the ball right around the 22-yard line. And then a couple penalties later, Ducks pushed it in. And that's just it. Screen wide open. Should have been picked going the other way. Missed the catch. 24 for the Horsemen. Had an opportunity. Did not grab it and take care of it. The Honey Badger, Jacob Hughes, not able to connect on that one. That was a floater across the line. Thought it was going to go in the direction of the Horsemen. Could have been good changing momentum for them. But right now the Ducks look like they're in control. Next week, we'll be at Anderson Park taking on the Augusta Ducks and the Atlanta Tigers. If anybody else is interested in us assisting and helping out, feel free to reach out to me at scoresports.com, BoMcMichael@gmail.com, or just give me a call. You look on the website, information's there. 3rd down and 15. Ball on the 48. They're able to get a good stop here. This will be good. Momentum heading in the other direction. Big hit. Still enough for not enough for a first down, but is roughly about 4th down and 5. Ball on the 37-yard line. For the Ducks. Ducks are driving here. Big play here. Could be able to keep it. See what happens. We are coming to the end of the first half. You can tell the intensity going up. We don't have a scoreboard to show you. We are able to keep the clock and the time, but we do not have the clock. So I'm doing the best I can with what I don't have. Ooh, he's trying to find an opening. Not a good play on his part. It all starts with the center, and quarterback exchange was low, and then he was moving and trying to figure out where to go. Loss of roughly about 10 yards, possibly 11 on the play. Changeover on downs. Horseman's ball, 1st down and 10. Ball's on the 40-yard line. We'll take a look in on the APDFL action. Crescent City. That's not their score, so nobody panic. We'll go back to them at halftime, find out what the outcome is, and we'll get a little bit more of a break. 1st and 10, ball on the 40. I will go silent. The scoreboard will come up so you can see how much time it is, mainly for us to get a break. Offsides on the Ducks. Let's throw it deep and see what happens. No ball, no catch. He tried it. That's what you have to do when somebody's when you get an offside penalty like that. You just got to go ahead and throw it deep and see what happens. So it'll be a flag on the play. Bring it in another 5 yards. Be a replay 1st down. When you're getting that ball, you know it's only going to take one play to get them back into it. That's fortunately very cliche of me to say, but it's only going to take one play. It's 1st and 5, ball on the 45-yard line here in the 2nd quarter. Horsemen didn't bring a lot of people tonight, but that's okay. Like I said, glad everybody's kind of timing in. Whoa, down on the ground again. We're worrying about those quarterback to center exchanges. Enough for a 1st down. Don't run backwards there, big man. Run forwards. Run of the clock, 1st down and 10. Ball on the 48. They're moving the chains. They don't have a timeout remaining because they had to get themselves focused in the 1st quarter. So I mean, right now there can't be that much time left. That ball was out of bounds. Clock was a running. Ball's in play right now. Got trips to the right, shotgun, back to the right, quick handoff. Nothing's going to be there. We're not going to get a running game on either one of these defensive lines right now. 90 going to give a nice little shove. 53 just big. That's just it. Hands down, he's just a big guy. Big guy. So, loss of a couple yards right there. We'll say, too, what we're going to do, call a timeout, or is that pumping the 45-second clock right there? back out to the 49-yard line. I will say that's probably the Horsemen's final timeout. I thought they might have had a timeout. Probably not. One team's got one left. I don't think the the Ducks called the timeout. I just don't think I had the right amount of who was where. So I'll work on those logistics when I'm off location. If I can get a mic out there, at least I could hear some things in my ear. So I'm going to work on that at halftime to see if I can get some type of mic in that direction. We will go to the APDFL game at halftime, and I'll do a picture-in-a-picture so you can see the scoreboard of when the other game's going to come back into play, give you a chance to watch another game of football here. No need to move anywhere else. Hey, one-stop shop right now. Deep throw all the way down. Can't see. It'd be out of bounds. Was wondering if my cameraman was going to catch up or not. He did not. But he definitely was denied in that situation. I hate when they throw it deep like that because it's hard to catch up. Right now it's going to be third down. Ball's on the 48. Third down and 12. Wasn't first and 10. I deeply apologize for that. Telling me to turn my volume up, please. I'll check my volume mixer. Right now, I've got everything going on. You might want to turn yours up if you can. Don't want to sit there and yell through your ears, Mr. Daniel. I'll do my best on that part. I'm not going to necessarily scream on what you're seeing. Might want to check your volume on that. If anybody else is having volume issues, please let me know. Right now, I'm hearing myself fairly well. And seeing things come across on the bar is pretty clean as well. But if you can't hear, just let me know. I seem to mumble a little bit too much. Out of bounds. It's going to lead to fourth down and 12. Very limited stuff have gotten off the clock right now. And so the Ducks, another 15-yarder. A little shoving match between the offense and defense. I'll just test my volume, like I said, at halftime. I'll click my volume off and let certain things go. But if you can, check yours if you can. See if it's anything on your end as well. Love a thumbs up from anybody on Facebook. If you can hear me okay, just let me know. If you can, you're not listening to me, then hey, don't worry about it. But, Daniel, I want to make sure you can hear me, especially since you're listening to me as well. I appreciate you giving me a heads up there. Personal foul on the Ducks. That's going to give them 15 yards and a first down. Ill-advised. You know, when you get somebody behind the wall right there, you want to stop them. They're going to get the ball on the 38. I don't think the Ducks or the Horsemen have a kicker of any sorts, to be honest with you. So just make sure, you know, in this situation you want to make sure that you can hear everything very, don't want to do anything crazy right here. Ball's on the 39-yard line, first down and 10. Coach Moreland, they're not going to stop, man. It's just that, I wish they would. They shoving and pushing each other back. Good old-fashioned men playing a kid's sport. Outside, wide open, looking in the flats. All the way down, gets out of bounds, roughly about the 32-yard line here. Clock is a-ticking. Down to the 32. They're moving as quickly as they can. It's going to be first down and 5, or second down and 5. I'd love to see the Horsemen get some type of points at this point. Second down and 4, give or take. I would love to see them get some points out of this, but they haven't not been able to do anything offensively the whole night. This is it, and the only reason it's moved is because we had a 15-yard penalty in the favor of the Ducks, meaning that it went against the Ducks, so that led that to that degree. Overall-wise, it's just offenses in the week 0 is very hard. No team gets a preseason game, so a lot of things can happen. It's going to take them. It usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks for things to get I'm reading your comments here. When you say right sounds not good, Bo, sorry. You're going to have to be a little bit more thing when you say, based on if you can hear things, if I'm too loud or not too loud. You're not going to hear any of the football itself. Here we go. Second down and roughly about 8 yards. Any comments that y'all have, I'll try to address at halftime to see if I can fix this involvement. Back out to the 38-yard line. Out in the man again. He's trying his best. Number 4 for the Horsemen, Mr. Showtime, Christopher Williams. He's doing his best to be able to do that. He's just not able to get it be able to bring that ball down. That's the second time that he's had that ball come into his hands, and he's just not been able to pull it off. It's always interesting to stream through Facebook and see what other people are watching, and if I'm able to pick itself up. You know, I'm watching it on Twitter and YouTube as well, so I'm not seeing any issues there. So if you want to go over to Score Sports 58 on YouTube, on Twitter, you might be able to see me a little bit better and not have too much of an issue. Here we go. Third down and roughly about 8. Right down the middle, not able to get both hands up. He's looking for a flag. 18's not going to get it. That's Isaac Bo Alford. He goes by Bo. That's going to be a 4th down and 8 right now. Ball still sitting on the 38-yard line, 37 give or take. Flag looked like it was called, so we'll see what actually comes about that. Glad everybody could time in and have a chance to watch a little bit about what's going on. They're going to stop off a penalty here. It looks like it's going to be 5 yards. Going to replay 3rd down here. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 3. Ball's on the 33. And you know, you get one play in this situation, then boom, we're right back into the game. If you're the Horsemen, it's just a matter of what you're able to do in this situation and what you're able to pull away. Deep, another pick, not incomplete pass. Great play offensively and defensively. They're not going to call a flag. Ducks were able to stop them. It's going to be 4th down and 3 now. Ball's on the 3-yard line. Hopefully we can get out of this sun here. Injured player. See what happens at this point. When we do that, we're going to take a pause since we do have an injured player. I say number 10's injured. He looked like he's just cramping up, and they're going to help him up and get him off. When I do that, that's what's going to happen in this situation. We've got the Crescent City Rampage and the East Alabama Predators going on. I'm going to pay attention to when that's going to come back. I'm going to bring this back over. So right now we got the Crescent Cities in white, the Rampage in green. When the other game kicks back in, I'll join back in a little bit. Just, hey, give them an opportunity to watch a different game. This is in Phoenix City, Alabama. This is the Amateur to Professional Developmental Football League. This is their 2nd game of their Commissioner Classic. Right now, don't know what the score is. It's not 6-0 on their end, so by no means. But I want to give an opportunity to give the little props. We are in the 4th down of our other game. They are playing on AstroTurf. My crew's not filming that. I'm just clicking into the games because it's kind of fun. If I could bring a 3rd game in, I would. But you know, I'm not having too much fun trying to find me a 3rd game. I looked around to see if I could. Unsuccessful. Coming back to the 4th down right now. 4th and 3. Here, ball on the 33. More or less, I wanted to see if I could chime in and watch different games, kind of like a red zone, and make comments as the games go on, and see if I had the capabilities of doing that. And the answer is yes, we can do that. So that's great. If we get another game going, I'll pop it up there and have a little fun with it there. 6 is in for the Horsemen. Out of bounds. He tries to lob it in. It's not going to be enough for a 1st down, I don't think. You know, looking at the play right here, looks like it's going to be turnover. Ducks ball is be my guess. Change over on downs. Here we go. Change over on downs. Ducks ball, 1st and 10. We'll see what they have to offer here. The last part of the first half, there couldn't be much time. I'll yell at my guy once he gets into 2 minutes, kind of go wide so we can see certain things. I can't tell actually how much time's remaining in the first half. There shouldn't be much, to say the least. The Ducks are in gray. The Horsemen are in white. Horsemen's based out of Hampton, Georgia. The Ducks based out of North Augusta, hence the word Augusta Ducks. Somebody's offside. They're going to knee it down. Looks like the last play. Somebody chimed in on a review of a movie, which is always nice. Second down and 15. 4. I'd say it's second down, and they're going to knee it down and get out of here. It'd be my guess each time. They didn't even call a penalty here. And we're going to go out at half. That's going to be the end of the half, ladies and gentlemen. With your score, the Augusta Ducks 6, Metro Atlanta Horsemen 0. This is week 1 of the Independent American Football League. Commissioner Tracy Rico, glad that we could help out and bring a game to you live here. Trying different ways to do that to you in that manner. Hopefully he'll go to the scoreboard here shortly. We'll kind of chime in a little bit here with the Commissioner's Cup and get things going in that direction. 12 minutes are on the clock, so if you want to come back 12 minutes later, feel free to. Let him get some focus on this. We'll put the scoreboard up, and we'll put the other game going and let you sit back and watch. So I'm going to take a moment to kind of pause out here, and I'll come back. We are Score Sports. I am Bo McMichael. Glad to have you with us in this wonderful new league, to say the least. And we'll get started. Once again, halftime in the top left-hand corner. We'll come back down bottom, the Crescent City Rampage and the East Alabama Predators with the APDFL. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. I'll be right back with you. I want to kind of do some adjustments, get my brain situated, and see what I can do. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back with the second half of the Augusta Ducks versus the Metro Atlanta Horsemen.
incomplete. Intended for number 10.
Hey, both teams are playing with a lot of energy. You guys go back and see this later. You just got to settle down the emotions a little bit. Riverdale's got a lot of talent. They just got to settle down those emotions. It'll be just fine.
Playing with a wet ball is not helping either team.
No, it's not helping either team. Now somebody had, well, Charlie said they practiced in the rain, so
They should be used to
needed one play. 3rd and long, we'll stay here for this play. Well, when they first started playing, it was a downpour, and they were still playing through it. Mike Middleton is watching. Sean 99 McLean is watching too. It's Dalvin Bracey, if I didn't mention him. Knights and Eagles next week. I actually have to go to the Tribe game, but CJ Dow here is coming. Good, Eric. Come on back. The score, Daniel, is Sabres 6, Riverdale Spartans 0. On the move. Sabres have been in the red zone a couple of times, couldn't cash in. Hard-fought game right now. 10:28 left. It was a fast first quarter. Slow down in the second with a lot of passing. Good stuff here. Good looking night. Stadium is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. Bathroom facilities, very nice. Had one of those big stalls for yours truly to go in. Get myself together. Evan Thacker's watching. Yes, Steel Nation, Richard. We were just talking about you guys. Dick Torbett's watching as well. Rams. Augusta Ducks up 6-0 on the Horsemen. Oh, he blocked it! He blocked it! There you go. Rob, please. Well, I know I was about to say, he should have let that go. Nick Lentz is watching too. All right, we may check back in here in a little bit. If it starts pouring down rain again, you'll see me running to, well, I don't run, but you'll see me walking quickly to the truck. So, it was a nice block. Sabres haven't been able to cash in much, though. Riverdale's still in it. They need one big play, really, to get them juiced up for this game. Steel Nation, I love it. We were talking about you guys. Good stuff behind your back, though. David Jeter's watching. You know, one of the big things is, there's Christy. We're talking about Steel down here. CJ and I were. You guys, I know you got the talent, and you guys are buttoned up, and that is a dangerous combination in semi-pro. I'm sorry, I just can't handle the hip-hop music. I'm too old. He has been running all night. They've got some big offensive line. They have some big offensive. Those are some big guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Augusta Ducks and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. We're about to get this thing started here with the second half. They'll put 2 minutes on the clock here. We were able to get in a little bit with the commissioner, Tracy Rico. He's over in Birmingham doing the Riverdale Spartans and the Sabres. Looks like a close game in that direction. Not too much going on there as well. We will click in and see if we get a little bit of better. I mean, right now it's so necessarily dark over in Alabama with the Phoenix, the Crescent City Rampage in East Alabama. But it is looking a little bit better on that part. And, we'll kind of switch around here and see what we can see on this breakdown here. Once again, that's not the score at the game. I'm pretty sure we don't have anything out there what would show that particular game, but I'm glad everybody can kind of tune in and look. I brought a little bit more stuff up here so I could pay attention. If y'all have questions, feel free to throw something up there. We're going to get started here with the third quarter. My wonderful cameraman is back into play here. So We'll get things started here at the start of the kickoff. The Augusta Ducks will be kicking off here to the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Horsemen will get the ball, but we'll give them the possession era of the Ducks here to begin with. Start of the third quarter. Can't really do anything about the light. Hopefully we'll be able to get some things started here. I know I'm going to start multitasking, watching the NBA is about to come on and the Atlanta Hawks are about to come on. So I'm going to be watching a little bit here on both ends, and we'll see what happens. But let's get started with this kickoff. I'm glad everybody's joining with me here. I'm Score Sports. This is Bo McMichael bringing you Game Center. I like this. I'm down here in McDonough, Georgia, but I'm calling the game for the Augusta Ducks and the Horsemen, trying to tune in a little bit with the APDFL. And if somebody was filming the Sabres game, I'd go back in and forth with that Riverdale Sabres game if I possibly could. Kickoff for the Ducks. Let's start this thing off. Deep kick all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Horseman's going to take it out and gets it all the way to, I'm going to say about the 20-yard line, maybe 22-yard line to start the third quarter of play. The one thing I haven't been able to necessarily figure out in this situation is how to keep you updated about the clock. I don't necessarily think that's going to be a possibility, especially if we're off on location. And what I'm going to try to do in many ways is see if I can bring multiple sites to you at once, if possible, through YouTube and stuff like that. I think it's a matter of what you can do in that direction. Saw that they just clicked the lights on. That's okay. We'll work through that. If you've seen shadows, don't worry about that. We all are seeing shadows, so that's okay to be able to do that. Hey there, Steve Hughes. Glad you could join us in here. A little Metro Atlanta Horsemen action in the Augusta Ducks. And there's some nice shadow kicking in right there, so hopefully we won't see much of that. But when you're inside of a press box and they turn the lights on, you do with what you got at this point. So I'm glad necessarily I'm not there dealing with that particular stress. I'd probably put my cameraman out in the cold, in the rain, and I shouldn't do that to him. Starting off the third quarter, Horsemen didn't have anybody to get to. Probably the most interesting factor is that it is not number 10. Number 10 started the game at quarterback for the Horsemen, but at this point looks like he's not going to be in there. Number 6 looks like he's taking the helm, Fred Dixon. He is the backup quarterback, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for Metro. Gain of a good 5 yards. Everybody kind of stared at each other. Thought they were going to call a penalty. It's the old where did he go, where did who go type mentality. Horsemen have to put something together right here. That's hands down. Once again, the only thing we can do about the shadows is simply that. It's a little rough on that direction because we're at the corner. They're turning the lights on in the press box. Another handoff. And a loss of about 3 yards. Metro Atlanta Horsemen are very focused in what they're doing right now and trying to do that. But I tell you, the Augusta Ducks definitely have come to play tonight. They're going to lose, I would say, 2 yards on that play and see what happens on that. 2nd down, and they're going to say they gained 2 yards on that play. Beef and cheese right there. I don't know about that of what I saw, so we'll see. It's going to be a long 3rd down. Ball's right inside the 29-yard line. We'll say the 30-yard line at this point. 3rd down and a long 3 or a short 3. Coach Randolph, glad you could join us here. Part of the Georgia Knights Prep Academy. Glad you could tune in to us on Facebook. Got some people watching us on YouTube and Twitter. He's rolling out, trying to find something to go on. Flag on the ball, got nailed. Goodness gracious. Let's get and see a replay of that one. They are going to show a flag. Don't know necessarily who was on, but that ball came out. That's why when you start scrambling a little bit, you want to get down there. So it looks like it could be Augusta's ball, but we'll see what the flag is on the Horsemen. They're going to say it looks like it's going to be the Ducks' ball. See what happens. Holding on the offense, they're going to decline that. Fumble, possession arrow, going in the sense of the Ducks. 1st down and 10. Change over on downs. Ball's going to be right at the 34-yard line for the Ducks. Congratulations. Good job on the turnover. I mean, that's been the claim of the game right now. The claim of the game. The statement of the game, bottom line is, it's been turnovers. The Horsemen have come out with 3 turnovers to begin with. For those people that are wondering right now, in APDF world, nothing. It looks like they've gotten a hold of their light factors. We have not. I won't be able to communicate that with my cameraman, but I'm not necessarily worried about that. It's just shades. We're all good in what we deal with. 1st and 10. Ball's on the 33, give or take. Quick, great catch. Reached out, was able to grab it, which is nice all by itself. We're going to see that in a replay here. One with the slant. Extends his body all the way out to grab that ball all the way down to about the 24-yard line. Great effort from the Ducks, and they're on the move. Quack, quack. Let's see what happens here. But, of course, we didn't see that there was a flag, and it's going to go back 5 yards. That's the disadvantages sometimes of not being at the game and calling the game from afar. You run into things where you think, hey, there's a 1st down and 15, or it's going to be 2nd down and 10 on this part. Ball still roughly at the 34-yard line. I actually think they're going to call incomplete. They're going to be offsides on the Horsemen. 17 did get the intercept or the fumble, but that's not going to count. They're going to get 5 yards in their direction right now. Horsemen will not return the ball, I don't necessarily think, at this point. Yes, I would agree with you, Mr. Moreland. Coach, yes, they do need a quarterback, mainly because 10 got hurt and 6 fumbled. But 10 threw 2 interceptions already. So they are definitely trying to find where their quarterback will be with the Horsemen. So should be 2nd down and 5. Ball right inside the 29-yard line. Third quarter of action. It just got started here early in the 3rd quarter. Ducks up by 6 here in the IAFL. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Rollout. What's going to happen? He's probably going to get – no! Did he get it in? No, he did not. Got to work on my cameraman to get that ball quicker across the river bend there. Get caught up with Sacagawea and Pocahontas because that ball was moving way too fast for us to catch it. 3rd down and 5. We'll see what happens at this point. Here we go, 3rd down and 5. Big 3rd down and 5 here. One thing that either team they've not been able to do anything offensively. The only 6 points came from their starting position was the 20-yard line. They only had 20 yards to go, and one of them they were able to actually get a 4th down and a penalty that allowed them to get a 1st down on about the 5-yard line for the Ducks. Oh, not a good play at all. Going to be a 4th down. He was looking for the fullback sitting there for a screen and just not able to connect at all in that direction. If anybody's wondering, once again, we're filming inside of a press box. So 2 things happen. One, they turn the lights on. We get the reflection from the glass. There is no alternative from that. The weather outside does not allow us to see it perfectly. So if you wonder what the shadow is and what it's casting, that's the case. I wish I'd have better answers for it on that part. Can't get the Augusta Ducks to turn off the lights. So, hey, we work with what we have. They're going to go for it in 4th and 5 here. Ball on the 29-yard line. Good play in the game. They're bringing an all-out blitz. Quarterback's going to take it right up the middle, but denied. Got about 2 yards on the play, but they're going to change it over on downs. Great job on the Horsemen. Now let's see if they can get anything started on their end. 1st and 10. Ball roughly on the 27-yard line for the Horsemen. Good changeover. going to look to see, do we have anything going on over here in the APDF world? We'll see what happens. They're trying to talk off the good old-fashioned talk them off the ledge, making sure we don't make any, we've already had one player for the Horsemen kicked out of the game, number 11. He was a receiver for and a backup quarterback, Sammy Johnson. He was tossed early in the first quarter. They're going to start off with twins to the right. Shotgun. Backer to the right. Quick handoff. He's going to take it to the outside. Two's trying to find some room. The one thing that I found that you're not going to do is run up the middle on either one of these teams. But the speed to both sides is not favorable for either team as well. So it's, I don't want to call it a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest, but it is, hands down. And I feel like sometimes that's my life, so that's good. I can relate to that. They got to the 28-yard line, and they're going to say I'll give them the 29-yard line, and I'll give them a long 8. I'll be nice and give them both of those situations. Yeah, Sammy's been out since the first quarter there, Beasley. So I can't answer that question about Peanut and why they're not running the rock to him. If you tell me what number Peanut is, I'll tell you if they was able to. Yeah, Peanut's 15. Yeah, I haven't seen them hand it over to 15 all game, to be honest with you. Look like we got a hurt player. Hey, let's take a look in on the APDFL. APDFL, once again, the Rampage, Crescent City Rampage out of New Orleans is in the green. The East Alabama is in the white. Can't tell you the clock or the score. It's just fun to go to another game. Live in the action. This is not the score at the bottom. We're this score going on here at the Horsemen Ducks up in Augusta. I just want to say, hey, we're able to give a quick look in. We were able to look in on the Birmingham game earlier at halftime with the commissioner, Tracy Rico. So that's always kind of fun to bring that in to a point to begin with. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 30-yard line. 29, long 30, long 8 here. Trying to find a way to get outside, and he getting creamed, ladies and gentlemen. There is no blocking up front from the lineman at all. That's one of the hardest things I will say to do is to get an offensive line to work together in unison that they haven't had much of an opportunity to play. And it's easy to pin your ears back from a defensive perspective, play your skills, play your techniques, and do your job. But from a lineman, it's kind of, you be able to chip, scoop, reach, do the things that you need to do as a team, as one unit, even though you got 5 players working in different positions. So good luck with that. I appreciate the jokes on the Facebook of asking why Sammy. Sammy said something very not so nice to the referee, which got him ejected from the game, is my guess. Deep pass, interception. Augusta Ducks taking it the other way, and there they go. Great interception, change of the game. I mean, that's really been in it. 3 turnovers, no fumbles, 3 INTs, and that's that. So they're going to say he fumbled. 77's holding on to the ball for the Horsemen. We'll let it play out. I'm not going to do no instant replay. Every time I do the instant replay, it seems to bite me in the butt, so I'm not going to do that at this point. So we'll see what happens and see where they're going to mark the ball. Looks like it's going to be right inside the 35-yard line, and if everybody's keeping the ball at this point. 1st and 10, balls on the 35. Whitecap is pointing in the direction of for the Ducks. The Ducks are in gray/green. Horsemen are in white. Horsemen are based out of Hampton. That was his second guess. I appreciate that, Bell. I appreciate you. Everybody loves making comments, and I'm reading your comments as they come through, so I'll do my best to stay focused on the game. If you saw how many screens I had going in this office right now, too much stuff in my brain picking up right now. So ball on the ground. They're going to call him down. 2nd down. Oh, quick timeout, actually, from the Horsemen. They're going to call a timeout, saving themselves here. that they didn't even get that timeout off, so it's still going to be first down and 10. I think they were trying to catch them off guard on both ends. First down and 10, balls on the 35. With that in mind, a couple of updates. There is another game going on. We got the Birmingham Sabres versus the Riverdale Spartans over in Birmingham right now, and looks like the Birmingham Sabres are up, or Alabama Sabres. I don't know. Actually, got to work on my terminology to make sure I'm on the same page. They're up 6-0 over the Spartans of Riverdale. I don't know actually how many other games are going on at this point. I think these are the only two that are going on right now in the IAFL. That's the Independent American Football League. The second part is the APDFL is doing their annual Commissioner Cup, which is a three games in one day. Hold on to your bobby socks and get going with that. They're on their second game right now with the Crescent City Rampage and the East Alabama Predators. We normally have another kickoff game, which is the NDFL, the National Developmental Football League, but that was postponed based on the sogginess of the field and the inability to play on it based on the recreational league saying no thank you. Ball on the ground, goodness, you got to be able to catch your snaps if you're a quarterback. I don't care how fast the ball comes back. Repeat second down. Loss of about 3 yards. Going to be third down. Second down and 13. Ball's right on the 38-yard line. I'll be nice and say 38 and not when I want to say the 39-yard line, but I'll say the 38. No, I lied. I'm going to say the 39. Here we go. Second down and 14. We'll say 13 because I can't get it to switch. Looking for a quick screen. Cameraman didn't wide open. I don't think he was going to number one. He was not there. It's going to be third down. Not much going on right now in the sense of overall play on offense for both teams. Third down and 14. Next week we'll be at Anderson Park in Atlanta doing the the Augusta Ducks will be coming into town to take on the Atlanta Tigers, coached by Coach Milton out of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports bringing you IAFL action here, week 1. Ooh, that should have been going the other way. You can clap all you want there, Horsemen. Number 24 had it in his hand. The Honey Badger could not bring in. That's the second interception that was not in his direction. Got to make sure you catch those balls when they're coming across like that. Once again, we are inside of a press box, so if you're wondering why the images are all over the place, it's mainly because of where we're situated. They're going to decline the penalty. They want fourth down, legal procedure, legal shift on the offense. They're going to decline it. It's fourth down. Everybody got through that one real well. Good job, Mr. Referee. They're going to punt the ball. Fairly close game. You know, in this situation, anything can happen. Being the game that it is, you know, it's fourth down, 14. It's only 6-0. The 6 points were scored in the first quarter. It was done solely on, to me, mess ups on the Horsemen. If you're going to come out of this game, I'm going to simply say that the Horsemen did not help themselves in this game by no means. I think in many ways they could have done what they wanted to do to make it a little bit easier. Whitecap's going to call offsides on the Horsemen. They're going to still say it's fourth down. We're going to march off 5 yards. Going to be fourth down and 9 now. Ball's going to sit on the 44-yard line. Do appreciate everybody tuning in here. Got some nice, steady viewership on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. It's the first time we've actually ever streamed something on a continuous notion like this. We got some great games coming up here in the month of March. He's able to get the punt off. It's going to go fairly deep. And they're going to get it down on about the 2-yard line. Great job punting by the Ducks and kneeing it down on the 1-yard line. That's great. I mean, team effort, special teams, to me, always comes down to it. And just in this situation alone, this is what's, occurring on this part. They're going to start I'm going to give them the 1-yard line just because it would be fun to put that down. 1st and 10, ball on the 1-yard line. And you talk about the old puckering of the buttocks occurs at this point. You kind of wonder, hey, can you get yourself out? Now, I'm all about a 99-yard run, to say the least. It's one of those ones that, it's interesting to see what they're going to come out with. They haven't been able to run the ball real well, meaning the Horsemen all night. It's 1st and 10, balls on the 1, going out. They're going to start in shotgun, which stresses me out as not only a former center, but also as a former coach going, okay, we're going to do a shotgun, and I know you're trying to do it to get some room, but goodness, and they're going to do a run. And he gets to the line. He's able to break it out all the way to about the 5-yard line. Good run, good hustle. Looks like it possibly the 10-yard line. That's good. It's going to be maybe 2nd down and about 2. Ball's on the 10. 2nd down and 2, and they're going to get right back on the ball and go at it again. Anything that can be back-breaking right here and, didn't hold your ground, and boom, they found something. He's out in the open, and there he goes down the thing. Once again, boom, 90-yard touchdown. And, as much as that was saying it was going to be puckering time, it's touchdown time here for the Horsemen. Great effort across the board. Give him 6. Number 2 for the Horsemen, and that's the Rook, Martavius Favors. Great job across the board. Hands down, give him 6. And there he goes. I hate saying that, you're sitting there going, guessing all across the board, and, and then he turns around and runs 90 yards for the touchdown. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tie ball game here. We'll set it back up and get ready for special teams. Now, curious to see what the Whitecap has to say. Has to be on the Ducks because the Horsemen are still celebrating. We're going to reset everything here, get ready for extra points. Yeah, that's a good emoji on that part. Slapping your head on that one. I totally agree with you on that part. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to go ahead and give them 6. They're going to go for 2 here. It's first going to be, I'm putting 1st and 10, but don't pay any attention to that ball on the 25. I'm just resetting. Making sure everything kind of goes status quo. They're going to go for 2 here. And see, once again, I will say that the Horsemen – that's a good question, Mr. Bell. Brandice, I don't know if I can't decide if I think it's a female. I apologize, Miss Bell. I was reading the name real quick. To the corner, out of bounds, no good. He was definitely not even close. Number 4 was trying to go for the 2 points. Did not happen. Showtime could not bring it in. 7:25 on the clock. It's 6-6. Love that we got a scoreboard finally. But no need to kind of be able to follow that from a scoreboard perspective. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Glad to have you with us. Going to chime in a little bit right now, see a little bit of APDFL action, get off these shadows. They're about to kill me here. Once again, the East Alabama Predators in white, the Crescent City Rampage in green. Great tackle. They're in their 2nd game already. They still have 1 more game to go. They are on Central Standard Time, so let's hold on to your bobby socks. It's the long night dealing with the APDFL Commissioner Cup over in Phoenix City, Alabama. And we'll get ready for the kickoff. If I had more time, I'd bring up another game. If we had anything else playing, but I'm running solo here, so it's one of those ones of, hey, I wonder what actually I can bring up and not bring up to you. So that's kind of where I'm having fun with it on this part. And I also don't want to upset anybody going in live on this part. So we are inside of a press box once again for those people chiming in and watching. That's why we have shadows in front of our window. Necessarily can't do anything about it. Can't go outside because the rain and everything's right near us, and we're running electronic equipment that allows us to stream the game, and it's a little bit more difficult than need be. So we're working with what we have. I hate that we're giving that to you in that situation, but I appreciate Mr. Reed with Score Sports being able to handle the situation. All right, looks like he's going to pick it up right around the 25 or the 40-yard line. He's going to run it all the way back to the 40. He's going to start right around the 38-yard line for the Ducks. I'm Bowman Michael with Score Sports. We're still here in the third quarter of play here. Bringing you action. It's a nice ESPN model. What's going on here? James Harden's out against the Warriors tonight. Got a little neck issue. So not going to have that. Going to call another penalty on the Horsemen. Tack on probably another 5 yards, possibly 10, based on what I saw. I looked down and I saw the white calf pointing in a different direction. Let's see if he's going to mark off 15 or 10. He's going to mark off 10 yards all the way down to the 25-yard line. Rumbling, stumbling, and just like this is how it, you get ahead, you tie the game up on a long run, and then what happens? You turn around and give them an opportunity to still stay in the game. 1st and 10, ball on the 25. Third quarter play here, Augusta Ducks versus the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Ducks hand it off. He's trying to shake and bake. And he helped. What are they going to call? Did I see a flag go down? Yep, there's a yellow flag on the ground. So we'll see what the white cap has to say about this one as well. I'm giving up on tagging the flag each time, mainly because it covers my Score Sports logo and I'm just not having it. Going to call a block in the back. That's going to knock it back 10 yards, possibly 15 from where the spot is. Hope you're getting ready for the Oscars. I'm looking forward to that myself. And I do believe Daniel, the offense, the Ducks possibly could answer during this time, but I'm not necessarily sure will they, based on the inability of these. I hate when they have those particular fouls. So it's going to go back 10 yards back to about the 35-yard line. Still going to be first down. Looks like first down and 20. Ball on the about the 32-yard line. I'll move that and adjust that here in a minute. They try to do a handoff, unable to do it. He's running it down. He's able to quarterback for the Ducks, number 3. Leo Myers able to get about 10 more yards. Looks like he was able to push it all the way down to about the 22, give or take 22-yard line for the Ducks. It'll be second down and about 12, possibly 10. We'll wait to see if we can see anything to know exactly what the downage yard break. Pop pass right down the middle. Nice little pop pass. He just tripped over his own feet. He knew that. He'd bang his head on the goalpost if he could right there. Number 1. You can do your hands all you want there, Mr. Davenport, but you got to be able to catch that ball. That's first down and goal for the Ducks. Horsemen look like they're going to call a timeout, get their body straight here. That's going to be their second timeout of the game. If I could get a hold of my cameraman, I'd tell him to widen out so I could see everything, but it's not going to happen. So to guess where they're at right now, I'd say about the 10-yard line. If you're wondering why can't I just look out there, it's because I'm not actually there. I'm trying a game center situation where we're calling the game from a different location to bring you other games, such as this game right here. Over here in Phoenix City, we got the Predators versus the Rampage. Predators have the ball. Rampage takes it to the outside. He going down the sideline, gets all the way about the 30. Looks much faster when you're on AstroTurf. That's all I can say. Not necessarily the clarity is what I'm liking here, but hey, you work with what you got. So we'll find out where it is, but it's definitely first and goal from wherever they're at here. We'll start the play back and see what happens. First and goal ball on about the 5-yard line. Maybe the 10, maybe the 9. It's, the shadows are not helping me in this point. No ill-advised penalties or turnovers. And we're going to go straight up the middle right here. And we'll be second down and goal. Ball roughly on the 7-yard line right now. Mr. Park, glad you could join us here. Watching a little semi-pro action. The Augusta Ducks versus the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, bringing you IAFL action. Got a couple of leagues in play right now. Unfortunately, the NDFL, the National Developmental Football League, had to take a rain check this week. Was looking forward to being able to do those 3 games over at Lenore City Park in Snellville, Georgia. Not able to do it, so hey, we're over here in Augusta throwing out the IAFL. There's a large shadow went by. Here we go. Hand off to number 20. No, fakes it. 3's trying to take it to the outside. Big man going all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Number 3, Ronald Harris. Nope. Number 3, Leo Myers for the Ducks. He looks like he's just tired at this point. And, conditioning is going to start setting in here in the 4th quarter, and we're going to see what happens across the board to see what's going to happen. Are they in enough shape? This being the first game, I always kind of reference at college and NFL and just want to see where they're player shape-wise. Right now we're at 3rd down and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line. I don't see them kicking it. They do have a kicker, but right now being 6-6, I don't see them trying to put a field goal through it. I do believe that they'll go for it here on 4th quarter. Oh, my goodness. Offensive lineman. Free hugs at the end of the night. Goodness gracious. You cannot jump. Going to go back 5 yards. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Just like that, where you're thinking, hey, things are looking good. We still have 2 more downs to go, and then this happens. Me being an offensive lineman, I feel for linemen when they jump. I don't ever get upset and think that's the easiest thing. I tell you, that Whitecap's going to twist his arm off right there. He was rounding that clock. He was being serious. Wanted to see that clock get it moving. Here we go, 3rd down and 10. Big play here in the game. It's 6-6. Horsemen answered 3rd quarter with a touchdown, but not a 2-point conversion. Long 90-yard touchdown run. Is he able to take? No. Great job knocking it out of his hands. Wondering how much I missed of it. See if I'm able to pick it back up on the replay. He had it in his hands and boom, got it twisted out. Great effort. I know 12 thought it was a touchdown. Just didn't happen. It's going to be 4th down here. 4th and goal, ball on the 10. At this point, I'd be scared to give it back to the Horsemen based on what they did offensively the last time they got the ball. 2 plays and they were in the end zone. And they started on the 1-yard line going out. 99 yards, put them in the books. So anything's necessarily possible at this point, but goodness gracious. The pop pass has been there, and they're trying to go back to it, but not in this situation. You got 10 yards to go. It might be too much. Something in the corner, possibly. A nice fade. Got to drift it back. There he goes. It's way out of bounds. Man, that's a money shot in the first place. One of the hardest things in the world to do. Change over on downs. Horseman's ball. Great job. Great stop from the Horsemen. Let's go the other direction. The good thing is I'm always hungry. when I'm at these games. And since I'm actually doing it for my control center, hey, I'll go get something to eat. Whoa, there we go. Hey, look at that. Somebody got a hold of the lights. They listened to what we said, and they cut off the lights. You got to love them. Thank you. Thank you, Augusta Ducks. That makes me smile. No more shadows. No more lost boys, if anybody can get that reference. Here we go. Third quarter of play, and we got clear sights ahead of us. 6-6. Oh, that was a beautiful sight, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. I might be able to call the rest of this game with giggles. Whoo-hoo, illegal procedure. What Whitecap going to call? He looks old, by the way. I worry about his belly. Goodness gracious. Legal procedure. You only go back 5 yards. Let's go back 5 yards. I'll make my adjustments. I'll tell you one thing. That light off, oh my goodness, that helps so much. Thank you, Augusta Ducks. We appreciate that tenfold, helping us out, making sure we can have that. No more lost boys there, Maurice Beasley. Come on, man. Sale of tonight. Lost in the shadows, man. Don't be, I look over there and list that. Why aren't you there, Johnson? You asking me why I'm not there? Hey, I like to multitask and do what I can, what I can't. I'm trying to figure out if I can make a game, a little red zone. Roll out. He's got to get rid of it. Nope, they're going to give him a safety. Big Augusta Ducks going to get up 2 points. Call it 55. Made a sandwich of a Horseman. Had the lettuce and the tomato and the 2 points on the scoreboard, people. Boom, boom, like a boom. Here we go, 8-6. That was nice. Nobody needs to walk a dinosaur today. Give them 2 points, and we'll try to figure out if they can punt the ball. Reset the clocks. That's a great job. Now, the big reason why I was trying this method out of this game center is because I'm trying to we have a women's professional football league starting off here in about a week. Oh, and the lights came back on. I jinxed us. Just when the lights went off, they came back on. Too bad. Oh, it was pretty there for a second, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It was nice not having the lights on. It was good times, good times. Those lights were dark. Everything was pretty. We could see everything very nicely here in the world of social media. But what do we do? What do we do? I'm not there mainly because I wanted to see if we could do this, make a control center, be able to broadcast. We're going to be broadcasting about 4 women's games and calling the games from a controlled center and giving people updates on a whole new league. So we're just trying something new. And possibly opening it up for high school football as well, for people to get updates a little bit more of a controlled manner, kind of like what GPTV does, a little bit more controlled from my area of Score Sports family. Here we go. They're going to be punting off from the 20. We'll see what happens. Here we go. First, we'll see how their punting goes. This is their 3rd punt of the night. They're going to, if I'm not mistaken, you can't kick it from the tee. I didn't think you could. I thought you had to pick it up. But we'll see what actually they do at this point. I tell you one thing, when those lights were out, I was happy that we were going to call the rest of the game with the lights out. Well, they're actually going to be able to kick it off from the 20 like that. Interesting. We'll see how they do. That's a dribbler all the way about the 45-yard line. You got to get on that. Still a live ball. And Augusta Ducks will take over with it. Up by 2 based on that nice safety that they were able to connect on. 1st and 10, ball on the 43-yard line. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Glad you're with us. Little view in on Phoenix City. East Alabama Predators in white, Crescent City Rampage. If I had a score, I'd give it to you. I'll do a better job next time getting a score to you of the games and who we're going to chime in with. I just wanted to see if we could actually pull it off and do that. Not mistaken, I'll roll in and anytime we can and bring in other games. I'm pretty sure I'll hit some type of copyright violation and have some men in suits come knocking on my doors. Here we go. 1st and 10, ball on the 42. He going to pick it up running the other way. Did he really drop the ball and take it the other way? 77 with the touchdown. Great job, Horsemen. Great job. What are they going to say about that? Number 77 for the Horsemen is not even on the list, so I can't give him credit on that part. But I'm going to say give him 6. That ball hit the ground, and he took it the other way. Owie, Maui. Great job, Horsemen. And just like that, it's 12-8. They saw it on the ball, and that's it. Give it to him. There, Mr. Johnson, I won't show that trash anymore. I just want to prove that we can show that trash. If I had the other teams on there, meaning if I could have got the Riverdale Spartans to stream in, I'd have brought the Riverdale Spartans into this game as well. I'll work on that concept a little bit if I possibly can. But I appreciate you doing a trash can with an LOL on that part. So, great turn of events here at Augusta. The Augusta Ducks and the Horsemen turn it into a fairly good game here, 12-8. Coming out of the safety, and this is how they answered. They put the ball on the ground, and the Horsemen took it back roughly about 35 yards for a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Changed the complexity of the game right now. You can say that very quickly. Here we go, going for 2. This will be interesting because if they can get it, it's going to make things a little bit closer. Nope, unsuccessful. It's a no-go. They'll go back and kick themselves. The other game, can't decide, possibly at halftime right now for the second game in the APDFL, but we'll, yes, definitely letting them stay in the game here. I'm going to text my filmer and see if there's some way. There's my filmer right there. He's trying to. It's just that not one of those ones. At least the bright orange shirt's not coming through, to say the least. Goodness. Well, they'll kick it off. From the 35, and the Horsemen will figure out what they can do on defense. They just scored a touchdown on defense. We've had a safety by the Ducks, so anything necessarily possible right now. I've been very impressed with the third quarter of how both teams have responded. We've had 6 points by the Horsemen offensively. But it was a 90-yard touchdown. A dribbler. They got no kicker. They went for it, kicked it on a side kick. They're going to say the recovery of the Horsemen is there. And the Horsemen remain with the ball. And just like that, I mean, it wasn't much of a game. It felt like the tide was turning in favor of the Ducks. Not the case right now. It's 8-12 Horsemen, and Horsemen are going to regain the ball. Ball's going to be right at the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 1st down and 10. I'm Bowman Michael with Score Sports, bringing you Independent American Football League. Independent Amateur Football League? Yeah, I think it's the IAFL. I want to always I'll just call them the IAFL so I don't mess that up. My brain's not processing this morning. I deeply apologize. It's been a fun Saturday, to say the least. We'll get started here shortly. 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Horsemen's have it. Up 12-8. They've scored on a 90-yard touchdown run and a fumble picked up and ran the other way. That's how they got their 12 points here today, ladies and gentlemen. What have you got? How have you gotten your 12 points? See what Whitecap has to say. Look like it's going to be legal procedure on the Horsemen. Trying to get all this out of their system real quick. Another 5 yards added. They'll restart it. On the 45-yard line. 1st and 15. Ball's on the ground. Two's taking it. Going the other direction. He went 90 the last time he touched it. Number 2, Mr. Rook, Artavius Favors. He is what we call a burner. He is moving fast and quick in that direction. I would pay good money to have those lights turned off for us. But probably not going to happen. 10-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball right inside the 45-yard line for the Horsemen. I'll tell you one thing, they go down there and put a little touchdown in. They're going because the Ducks haven't done anything all night. They've gotten a safety, and they got the ball on the 20, and were able to get it in. Another direct snap to the running back. Almost a quick rip of the ball. He's going to drop it all the way down to the number 9, Mr. Morris, able to take it all the way down to about the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. As long as I didn't notice anybody get a flag on the play. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Glad to have everybody with us. I know he's getting on your nerves, man. I'm just hoping he makes it through the game. And we're talking about the ref. So I love everybody making their comments on Facebook. It allows at least me to chime in to know what you're talking about. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Ball on the 32. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground again. Number 9's got Butterfingers. He needs to have more of a Baby Ruth than a Butterfinger at this point, and he might need a Snickers. Number 9, Mr. Morris, fumbles it twice but able to regain it, but loss of roughly about 10 yards on the play, all the way back to the 45, give or take 44. Goodness gracious. And we'll say the 43. I'll be nice and give it to him on the 43. Loss of another, looks like a rough, possibly, I'll say 17 yards, because I can't necessarily count that fast, nor do I want to. 2nd down. Clock is running. Looks like they're gonna call the end of the 3rd quarter. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what that means? If it's the end of the 3rd quarter, we have an opportunity for Batman to take a little dance for us. It's going to be my signature 4th quarter. All else fails, Batman, do a little dance for us. And that's 4th quarter for everybody in the world. Those are my moves. I just wear the Batman suit and do the dance. And appreciate you joining with us. We got one more quarter of play here in the 4th quarter with the Metro Atlanta Horsemen and the Augusta Ducks. Glad to have you with us. Glad you could be here. Enjoy the last 12 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. All right. So, what's going to be the outcome? My guess is the Horsemen are going to be able to hold. They seem to be kind of getting things clicking and taking it away from the Ducks. You hope the Ducks are able to pull something out based on where they're at. Looks like everything's good and set. And we're going to get started here. Trying to get everybody else set as we go. 2nd down and 17. They got to get the marker up top. He got a little lost where he was supposed to go. Looks like they turned off the light, but my luck is they're going to still turn the light back on for us, but we'll see. So, 2nd down and a long 17, possibly more than that. I can't count this late in the night. I don't understand why he just threw it on the ground like that. Oh, going to call 15. 74 didn't like that. The refs got to get in control. They're going to call personal foul on the Horseman. I don't agree with that call. That's not a good call. I'm not a fan of that. He's just tackling him. I know he slammed him, but to me at this point, you're there to protect. I don't agree with that call. So I'll try to be quiet and be okay with it. He was running. You know, you're going to pick up the ball and blow the whistle, and let's do what we're going to do here. So, trying to see, making sure everything's going on. Everything looks like it's back up to play here. Here we go. And it's a long second down at this point. Probably going to be a dead foul. It's still going to be second down. And 37 balls on the 42 on the other side of the arches right there. So trying to see if anything froze up. You know, Facebook always has a tendency to do that, so have some little bit of patience. We're good here on YouTube. We're good on Twitter. It's second down and 37. Number 9 with the ball, trying to go to the outside and get something out of it. It's fourth down, or it's fourth quarter here, and the clock is going to run here. Third down, really nothing to gain yardage-wise. Lucky for you all, I can't go to APDFL anymore because they're on there getting ready for their third game, so that's not going to happen. So I'm testing everything else out. One of my screens froze up, so I'm trying to see if it's on your end or my end. No, we're good across the board here, so that's good. It's third down or fourth down and forever. Ball right on the 43-yard line. Another penalty. One of those ones I don't know if we'll ever get out of here based on the penalties themselves. Fourth down and forever, and the lights came back on. The old devil went down in Georgia, or the midnight train to Georgia. Every time I think my wonderful cameraman's trying to help me out by turning the light off, but they're sometimes not working with us, necessarily against us at this point. So, blocked punt, got a hand on it, ball's in the air. Augusta Ducks take it, pick it up, and get to the other direction. I tell you one thing, 55 is a player. I'm a Jay Armstrong fan. He has been all over the place between sacks, safeties, and now returning a block punt. I mean, hands down, great job. Augusta Ducks going to get the ball first and 10 and still make a game of it right now. I mean, hands down, making a game of it. They are only down by a total of 4 points. So, touchdown's going to give them that play. Great job. And I'm resetting the screens on my end. Ball looks like right around possibly the 30-yard line. We're going to call it the 30, but I necessarily can't see it based on the lights. So if I get a better marking, I will. It is first down and 10, ball on the 30. So try to pay attention a little bit to everything that I'm trying to do at this point. But great job, Mr. Armstrong, for the Ducks. Hats off to you. Liked what you were doing right there. We'll say the ball's on the 30, first and 10. We're in the fourth quarter, just starting the fourth quarter, so still a lot to play here. Like to see what happens here in this possession if the Horsemen can humble them. We got to work on grabbing our snaps. I know the ball's wet, but we got to be able to do those little small things right there. Second down, roughly probably gain about 8 yards, 2 yards. Going to be second down and 8. Ball on the 28. We'll say a 27 and be nice to them on that part. Second down and 7, ball on the 27. It's fourth quarter here. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Glad to bring you this game to you, the IAFL. Trying something different with the Game Center. Trying to bring different games to you all week, all night, all season long. And chime in for those people that necessarily can't go to the game, want to learn a little bit about semi-pro. And boy, did they try a counter right there, and it was not successful. Better put him down nicely. That's all I can say. You're going to get 15 yards there, Horsemen. Put him down nicely. All right. It's going to be third down here. Loss of about 4 yards on the play. Back to the 32. Third down and 12 from the 32. Big play here for the Ducks. Ducks have not been able to do anything offensively all night. And I would say the same thing for the Horsemen. Bottom line is, oh, goodness gracious. You got to be able to catch that from a screen perspective, and that's that. 4th and 12. They did. They felt like they wanted to go with that play because of a wide open back and the kind of sitting there hiding between the defensive linemen, but I don't know if that would have been a play in the first place. Goodness gracious. 4th and 12. I don't want to call it the turning point or the possible game play of the game here, but it's big in the sense of if they're able to do something here. If they're not, then we're really going to see it kind of play out right now. Fourth and 12, ball on the 32. I'll even give them 4th down and 11. And once again, horrible snap. Ate him up, chewed him out, spit him up right there. He came in like a crazed dog, number 17, CJ, Curtis Benton. Goodness gracious. Felt like he was packing his lunch for dinner, breakfast, and desserts. He was going to skip his lunch on that one. Change over on downs right there. Whew. And that's how you respond to, a little push on the Ducks. The Ducks had an opportunity right now, hands down. And I'm a little frustrated in the fact that they had that opportunity. And I'm like I said, I'm a Horseman fan and a Ducks fan. I'm a football fan. I enjoy watching the game, being a part of it. So, I mean, it's one of those ones where just to be able to do the things that you want to do. But when you can't get the snap off, start a play, me being a former center, I get very frustrated. You can't get the ball and once again, it's killing me. It's making the football look very sloppy. Okay, if you can't get a shotgun snap, get underneath the center, please. Okay, just get underneath the center and do what you need to do. It's hands down. It's 2nd down and forever right now. We'll call it 22. I'd love to see where the ball's at, possibly the 35-yard line. Yeah, it's the 35-yard line. But, at this point, I'm shaking my head to the fact of, hey, why can't we get a snap off on both sides of the ball? If not, get underneath the center and do what you need to. Once again, if you're wondering what the shade is, it's because we're filming in a press box with lights, and we can't get the lights turned off. Finally, good quick snap. It's a no-go. 3rd down, no gain on the play. Ball's on the 35. Clock is ticking. Can't tell you how much time it is based on I'm on my location. I would agree with you when you say, Brooks, sloppy gameplay. I'm right there with you. Facebook-wise, got roughly about 40 people watching me on Facebook, 25 watching on YouTube. We got another 10 watching on Twitter. Say it's a good night for semi-pro professional football, be able to show what they're made of. I mean, to me, this is their first game. I don't ever judge any. I always pay attention to what happens in the second game. I'm going to be watching the Ducks next week more than anything to see what they're doing in their second game, to say the least. Here we go. Snap. Heaving it down the field we go. Wide open. Oh, both defenders for the Ducks going for it. 4 couldn't get his hands up in time, meaning Showtime couldn't come down with it. Ducks were able to stop him. It is going to be 4th down. Ball's on the 35, roughly about 4th and 22, give or take, here in the 4th quarter. Live at Augusta, it's the Ducks versus the Horsemen, independent AFL, the IAFL. I get it out. I apologize. The IAFL. Commissioner Tracy Rico was over in Birmingham doing the Alabama Sabres versus the Riverdale Spartans. It was halftime over there. I was able to chime in a little bit with them, let everybody hear him during the halftime of our game. And currently they're starting the, if I'm not mistaken, the coming out of halftime of the other game. Punt for the Horsemen. Ducks going to let it roll. And the famous words of one Scott Warner, 17 yards is a given right there. No matter what, don't let that ball hit the ground. Change over on downs, 1st and 10. And Whitecap definitely has a flag to call if my cameraman's zooming in with him. I know that's probably something that's going to happen right there. Ball looks like it's going to be set on the 35. We'll see what Whitecap has to say. It's going to call a personal foul on the Ducks. They're going to march off 15 yards from where the ball landed. So we're probably going to start around the 20-yard line, be my guess at this point. I'm watching him march it off. It looks like he's going to be right at the 20-yard line. Yep. Good job, Bo, paying attention to where he's at and the involvement they are. Ducks have the ball. They're down by 4. Still a game. Glad that you're staying with us. We'll do another game next week. Every week we should be able to bring you a game in some form, fan or fortune, for the semi-professional league that's out there. We got the National Developmental Football League, the NDFL. We have the that's a big head got in the way. We got the APDFL and the IAFL. Check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And also check out their websites. It's a lot of things able to help individuals do what they love, and that's play football. Oh, double pass. And almost picked off. They tried it. Shoveled it out and did the best they could. Trying to make something out of nothing right now here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 10. This will be the last time that I actually do this thing by myself. I will bring more people in, have more voices in the play to be able to do that. We'll have people searching all over the place to bring other games up. It's always kind of fun. There's a possibility we can bring in 3 different games at once. Feel like the red zone. That's kind of the goal of mine at this point. It'll be a little fun overall-wise. Here we go, 2nd down and 10 for the Ducks. The Ducks have to do something on this drive, mainly because I don't know how much time's left, but I will state that they have to do something on this drive. Quick handoff, up the middle he goes, and somebody said do something, and he said I will. Number 20, hold on to the ball, big dog. Hold on to it. Number 20, Larry the Night Train Albert. Carrying it all the way to the 50-yard line. Somebody said, give me 50. And he said, okay, I'll take it. 1st down and 10 for the Ducks. Now, I'm not a smart man, but I'm giving it to 20, and I'm running the same play right back. That's all I'm doing. When you say CFA, give me the definition of CFA so I'm aware of that on that part. So a lot of times, anybody that streams, I'll bring in games that I can. We're based out of, we'll bring in different games that we can in there, the Coastal Football Alliance. I'll take a look at it, and if anybody ever streams, I'll bring in their games as much as I can. We're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, so sometimes the cost gets expensive driving us to different locations. Hammers, nothing. About three plays or 3 yards lost on the play. Going to be about a second down and 13. I'll say 12 and be nice. Now they're going to say he lost 4 yards. Here we go, 2nd and 14. Pay money for that light to go off. Next time I'm just going to bring a big sheet and tape it up on the windows. That's my answer to if we got to film in a press box. All right, we got somebody hurt. With that, we'll split screen it here and get a little bit of picture-in-a-picture here and bring you some APDFL action. So we can both have both these games going on at the same time. When they come back out of the injury, of course they just did right when I said that. But you can see the Crescent City Rampage and the Alabama Predators. East Alabama Predators going on at the bottom. We'll flip down here once the game gets started back here. We're 2nd down and 10. They're coming out of the second half right now. So I've already figured out a solution for our lights on in the press box, but, beggars can't be choosers. Here we go. Starting back 2nd down and 14. Ball's on the 45. Ducks got to put something together right here, ladies and gentlemen. To the outside he goes. Gets out of bounds. 26 did a nice little shuffle. Mr. Blanchard, number 26 for the Ducks. Hey, Alan Reeves, nice to have you join us. Appreciate everything that you do for the country. Very much so. About a give or take about a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 here for the Ducks. Ball's right at the 45. Big 3rd down here. Augusta Ducks versus the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Hands it off. I tell you one thing, bottom line is the defensive line is getting tired for the Horsemen. They have decided to go ahead and start working the body, and they are working the body. And as long as nobody gets fancy, the Ducks will drive down here and score. Hands down. 1st down and 10. Getting a little exciting here. Wish I could stand up and kind of do that, but I'd be worried about breaking something at this point based on the things I got going on in my brain. All right. 4th down, our 4th quarter, 1st and 10. Ball's on the 40. Another quick handoff. Hold on to the ball. Number 3, nothing to gain on that. It'll be 2nd down. Loss of about, they're going to give him only losing 2 yards on that play. And it'll be 2nd down and 12, ball on the 42. One of these days I'll communicate a little bit better with my clock and tell him to make sure that he's showing me how much clock is left. Right now I know it was more important for us to know down and distance, but then because it's the 4th quarter, I'm curious. Once they start calling timeouts, we'll have an idea that it's getting close. Here we go, 2nd down and 12. Once again, nothing fancy. Just hand it off to big man. He's rumbling and stumbling. Looks like the Horsemen got their second wind. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down. Ball on the 42. No play on the game. No gain on the play right there. Once again, glad to have everybody with us here. The IAFL season opener for the Augusta Ducks and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Getting a little blurry, trying to deal with light saturation. I'm going to bring a big sheet and duct tape next time, so this will never be the issue. I figured it out, and sorry for the the focus issues. Hopefully, we'll readjust. Is trying to pick up to the light behind us. I'm learning. Just I have to learn on a curve sometimes. Here we go. 3rd down and 12. Ball on the 42. 20. Looking for a shot. He had 3 ducks sitting there across the middle of the field. Nobody wanted to feel like they were going to grab it right then and there. It's going to be 4th down. I feel like they're going to punt the ball. I'm not necessarily for that right now, but I don't know how much time's left in the game. And I think they think if we can get them down there, it'll be better. We are aware of it being blurry. It's just because it's too much light in the press box. So next time I'll have a big old sheet that'll cover everything up and we won't run into this issue. So we'll find a way to work through this. I wish they'd turn the lights off for us, but hey, I understand they've got to be able to do things as well, and I'll figure out a way to film from inside of a press box at week 2. Nice to have you joining us from Birmingham, Alabama, Mr. Rico Tracy. Here we go. Punt. Oh, off the side of his foot. And they're going to, if you don't start yelling Peter in a situation like that, that just stresses me out. Why aren't you going after that ball? Just get away from it. Here we go. So it's the 4th quarter right now. The Augusta Ducks are down 12-8. 1st down and 10. Ball's going to be inside right around the possibly 37-yard line. I can't necessarily tell. Hopefully we'll pan out a little bit, and I can guess the yard markers to be able to do that. So we'll see how everything kind of looks. I'm going to text my filmer, find out how much time's left, and see where we can go in the game. First and 10 for the Horsemen. Number 9 takes it to the outside. He doesn't want to get out of bounds. And, of course, what does he do? Get out of bounds. And he pulls up with a hammy. Not a twist, but a hammy. I'm working on it there, Tracy. I'm working on it. We're doing what we can with what we don't have right now. So we're trying to be the best we can in the environment that allows us to. So 2nd down and about 5 to go here. We got 3:46 left on the clock. I'll have 3:46 left on the clock. 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 42-yard line for the Horsemen. Right now, the only thing the Ducks can do is hope to stop them. Lord, that was a little bit outside. Here we go. And he's going to get the 1st down and more. That's going to start putting nails. They got a coffin and they got a hammer and they got some nails right now. I'm just letting you know that already. Even though you don't want to run out of bounds, you're getting your supplies ready to end this game 12-8 right now. You definitely had your opportunities, but it's slowly slipping from you. Give you a brief summary of the game so far. It started off 6-0 with the Ducks running the ball in from the 1. It stayed 6-0 all the way to the 3rd quarter. Be aware of your focus there. It's trying to zoom in on everything. We'll get ourselves back focused here in a minute. Hold on. And this glass and this light's killing us. Trying to see where we're at. Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff. Number 24, big drink of water. No gain on the play. 2nd down. Second down at 10. Clock is running. But it was 6-0 for the longest time. Looked like that Augusta was going to make a really good push. They had the Horsemen all the way back on the 1-yard line. 2 plays later, 90-yard touchdown run by the Horsemen, tied the game up 6-6. But then the Ducks turned around and got a safety, made it 8-6. Ducks put the ball on the ground, and 30-yard pickup run for a touchdown gets them 12-8, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your scores of the game. At least he's not. Hey, there we go. That's some smart ball playing by number 2. 2:42 left in the game. 2:42 left in the game. It's third down and roughly about 8 yards to go. Ball's right on the 40, give or take. I'll say still the 46-yard line. Maybe the 47. Maybe he even lost. He'll say 8 yards. Ball's on the 44. Birmingham game still going on. We're trying to get a score here. Rico's trying to. People are asking, "Wait, what's the score to the Sabres versus Spartan game?" Last time we heard it was 6-0. Mike, we'll see if Tracy times in, if he's able to listen to anything. We got a quick timeout here, possibly injured player. With it not being under 2 minutes, hard to tell necessarily what's going on. But for those people that want to know, I always try to figure out how to fix things. Well, we'll fix any press box issues ever again concerning lights. I'll never deal with this again, and the way I'll solve it is I have a nice 10x10 black sheet that back in the day, that's how they used to take pictures. And we'll get underneath the cape and we'll tape it up, and it'll stay on the screens, and we'll be covered. And sorry for the poor footage to begin with. But this has been a good game. It's sloppy, but it's a good game. It's a good way to start. Listen to y'all talking trash out there. So it's very interesting to see this. Like I said, for those people out there in the IAFL, if you ever figure out how to broadcast a game or stream a game, I'll bring your game in live with our games and tune you in and give you props out there and kind of keep up with your game the best way I can. We'll do the broadcast. You just find a way to get the game on YouTube or Facebook, and we'll find a way to get it up there on the screen for everybody else to see it. Got a lot of venues out there. We're streaming live on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube right now simultaneously. Have a lot of people venturing out and watching it. It's fourth down. And I know that person said not yet, so it's definitely still a game here. Timeout-wise, the injuries keep kind of mounting up a little bit, so you kind of wonder when that's going to take into play. I don't ever want to think somebody's throwing a mulligan out there to stop the clock, but those things do go to my mind a little bit, so we're kind of have that idea as we go. East Tennessee Knights, nice to have you watching with us. Coach Parks, glad to be with us on this part. Hopefully y'all be able to throw some stuff out there as well. Me being a former Maryville College grad, I know East Tennessee fairly well, so I enjoy that part of town, so it's nice to see that to begin with. So once again, we're filming from our press box, so if you wonder why the shade's there, that's the case. So we're working what we can. Big play here, 4th down and 5, ball on the 40. Possibly going to get it. Yes, he is, and he's going to take it to the house. That's it. They went in for everything they had right there, and they're going to give him 6. I'm going to make sure everything there is going to get a flag for that, for excessive celebration, but that's going to be everything she wrote. They took it to the corner and gave him 6 right there. That was a great job, horseman-wise. Ducks had an opportunity to do that and be able to do that as well. So great first game here in the IAFL. Glad I could be able to bring it to you on a couple different venues. We'll work on this each week, trying to expand what we're able to do and what we're capable of doing. So that's the only thing that we can offer is that opportunity to constantly expand. Whitecap's going to tell us what and get that option. He's waving the flag off. See what happens. That is a touchdown. We'll go ahead and make it, reset everything back, and get ready for the kickoff after this 2-point conversion. I would love to see that the teams within the IAFL have kicking. To me, kicking is the unseen game that we don't pay much attention to, and I would have loved to seen extra points and field goals right now. High snap. I wonder if it's a scoop and score. I wonder if we have 2 points. To be able to do that. No good. 18-8 so far is your game. We got an injured player as well. With that, we'll kind of throw over here, and we'll come back here as we go. We got one game going over here in Phoenix City. It's 2:26 left in the game. Just throwing up different players right now so we can have different things going on, and so you can kind of see, hey, this is going on here in this manner. So once we get that injured player off, kind of little bit of the APDFL action showing here tonight. They got the Commissioner's Cup going on here. It's the Predators versus the Rampage. The Rampage is out of New Orleans. The Predators out of East Alabama. They still have one more game. I will say this. Almost had an opportunity to film the game. Just didn't work out, which is okay because that second game, it's 8 o'clock. You know, oh my goodness gracious, that's just a long game. So definitely have an injured player going on right now, so we'll definitely kick back into that game in a minute. But it looks like the Predators are trying to get on the board here. Don't necessarily know what the score is, but hey, football's football. Woo-hoo, high snap. And he's able to push it in and get his scores. Based on celebration-wise, it wasn't a game-changing touchdown. That's all I can say on that direction, is that it wasn't game-changing. So that didn't seem to go much to the score as they go. So I'm going to get us back to the kickoff here. And we'll get back to the overall kickoff with the Horsemen. Once again, if you wonder why the shadows exist, it's because we're in a press box. It's light. I've been saying it all game. It's it's one of those irritating things from a videographer. Did not come up with a solution, mainly because I thought maybe we could get these lights turned off, and not necessarily the case. Here we go with the kickoff. 2:46 remaining. Little dribbler right there. They're going to call 15. I feel like if we stay in there the whole time and just stay that tight, that would be nice. So, Whitecap's going to walk off 15, and then we're going to start this game back. So it's nice when he's in that tight where we don't have to deal with the shadows. All right. 1st and 10 for the Ducks. Ball's going to be roughly about the 45, and they keep waving in the direction. Keep moving it down. Let's go. Keep moving it down. Here we go. I do enjoy some good talking on Facebook, so y'all do a good job, especially the gentlemen. They always try to make sure they add their 2 cents in. Here we go, 1st and 10. Ball's on the 46-yard line for the Ducks. The Ducks had their opportunities, hands down. I will say a 47-yard. They definitely did have the opportunity, so I'm not going to sit there and say the 18-8 does not represent the score, but turnovers and sloppy play played a little into this, hands down. And we're going to see what they do here. 1st and 10, they're bringing everybody in the house. That's just a easy pin your ears back and go type sack all the way back to the 40-yard line. And, you know, and 2nd down, at this point you go, okay, hey, hope nobody gets necessarily hurt in this situation. They're going to call a timeout, meaning the Ducks. Trying to get their bearings to figure out what's going on. About that time, I got my basketball game going on in the background, so that's nice. So it's second down and about 17. We will try to figure out how to bring you a little bit more football next week. We'll be bringing you some action from Anderson Park. If you know that you're streaming a game and you find a way to stream it and you want to share your link with us, give me a call. Reach out to me, bomcmichael@gmail.com. Talk to me if you want to figure out how you can stream a game and get it all lived in here to our game center to bring in the sights and sound of the games. Heck, we'll figure out how to bring a headquarters rocking and rolling with this. This will be fun in every direction to be able to bring different games. I mean, there's the capabilities for us to bring 4 games up on the screen at once and keep you updated as it goes on. Nothing's impossible. We just got to figure it out as we go. So we do like focusing on one game and chime in as other games come about if possible. So it's second down and 17. Ball right on the 39-yard line for the Ducks coming after that sack. They possibly have 1 timeout remaining. I have them have 2, but that's just because I'm not there. Rollout. Could not get it. Incomplete pass. Going to make it third down here. Going to check 2-minute warnings in play. That's what that was. So it wasn't a timeout. It was a 2-minute warning. So not necessarily a smart kid. They say I'm not, so that's okay. I saw a lot of you reach out and be a friend request on Facebook. That's not a problem. A lot of times I stream straight off of YouTube, not off of Facebook, so I've been trying different things at this point to be able to do that. But you get a chance, subscribe to our channel on Facebook, like our Score Sports page if you get a chance, and tweet us out at ScoreSports58. Love to be able to tag everybody and follow football throughout the season, being able to stream it live to you with our sports videography company, Score Sports. Love being able to help out, especially in the springtime. We focus on high school football. Here we go. Third down, deep pass. And he's able to get the reception now all the way down to about the 42-yard line. Good throw and catch for the Ducks. Probably a little too late. But, hey, I like it. Something to grow on, and that's what's important. All the way down to about the 42-yard line. And away we go. I always love when we be able to keep it as close as possible. So it's just one of those things. First and 10. Ball about on the 42-yard line. Ducks down by 10. Deep motion in the backfield. Head fake. Big man coming in. Second big man coming in. And he's stumbling and rumbling all the way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and about 5 yards to go for the Ducks. We'll see where that he actually stepped out. Looks like at the 35, so it could be a little bit less than that. Always enjoy good infomercials. You get a chance, buy yourself an air fryer. You won't be disappointed. Truly enjoy it. I have air fried about everything in the house at this point. You don't think you can air fry a pancake? Try it. That's all I can say. The new inventions in this crazy world that we live in. Second down and 3. A long 3 ball on the 35. Hopefully we'll get an update on the clock here in a minute. We're down in below the 2 minutes. Good block. He's going to stay on his feet. They can't bring him down. They're going to get all the way down to first down and 10, ball on the 20. And they got to be moving a little bit faster right now. And they're going to get to the line and get set. First and 10, ball on the 21, give or take. And we're talking a touchdown and everything's beeping. I'll turn off my announcements later, but I just got to figure out. They're going to say who's calling timeout here. I would say that the Horsemen would be. And we finally are having some issues. Nice. You always got to love that towards the end of the game. We'll see if anything comes back with us. The first time we've experienced that across the board. That's coming from our main ending. We'll see what issue that was. Possibly a dead battery would be my guess of why it's streaming. So we'll know that it's coming to an end of the game. With that in mind, we are going to kind of wrap up this game here, mainly because we are experiencing some technical issues across our board here. I will kind of pause here for a second, try to figure out why that's the case. We were streaming, so it could be a number of things of the old pack going off a little bit. So back up and running. 1:08 left. He's rumbling and stumbling. Second down. Not going to ask why it happened, but it did catch back up with everything. So, hey. He had to retry the internet connection. Technology in its finest, trying to jump around things. So, it's the old tsunami. He has an issue, and then eventually I'll get the issue. So we'll see how he's handling the good old-fashioned multitasking. Robert Reed does a great job here at Score Sports. Can't say enough about him and the involvement of everybody. There should be no more timeouts left. That should be the Ducks' final timeout here. Third down and roughly about 10 to go. Ball right inside the 20-yard line. Let this play and see where we're going. I'm trying to get it to the chance to finish out all the games. He's looking backside. Going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. They're hustling. They're trying to get their points. It's important for an offense to score, hands down. I think I was down 60 points one time to a team in college, and we scored with about a minute left, and you act like we won the Super Bowl, man. It was great. Here we go, fourth down, big play. Deep into the end zone. Off the mark. No good. They're not going to call a flag. That's it. Would have been nice for the camera to show. Are they going to call flag? Of course. Whitecap has to make sure he jumps in. And they're going to call it first down. We'll call it first down and goal. Ball right on the 10-yard line. He has definitely been a interesting indicator, to say the least. So, to keep everybody going. Well, I'm glad everybody has been able to tune in a little bit tonight here in our first game center action, bringing you the Augusta Ducks and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. We'll try to do something each week with you for semi-pro professional football. This is the IAFL, and we also have the APDFL and the NDFL. So we definitely help out and assist as much as we can within those leagues that are local around us to be able to do that. It's going to be second down and goal. Running right around the 3-hour mark. Most of the time, that's how long a game is within the semi-leagues that I've been involved with. I think it's great. I'm looking forward to watching, if I'm not mistaken, the I think Atlanta played earlier today. But I'm not necessarily sure in the new American League concerning football. It's been fun to watch that and have that as an opportunity. I'm glad I'm able to, I had a lot of people kind of tune in tonight. Didn't expect this many people to sit down and watch this game tonight. It'll make me want to bring a little bit more bells and whistles to you if possible. Give you more of an insight about semi-professional leagues that exist here in the Southeast. Pop pass. Go ahead and make the touchdown, and it's good. Kind of curious about the time. It's 22 seconds left in counting. He's going to get the ball, and there we go. So that's 6 points added for the Ducks. That's a good break right there. It's 14-18. 14 seconds left in the game. They'll go ahead and go. It's all going to come down to, realistically, the onside kick. This doesn't play into anything right now. They can make it or not. Nobody's going to line up too close with no timeouts remaining. You're going to kick an onside kick and then throw a deep ball. Yes, you can still win the game. So hopefully you're holding tight and kind of paying attention to what we're seeing right now. No telling what actually could come out of it. So kind of hold on to your bobby socks. It's never over till it's over. They're going for 2 right now. Once again, 2 really doesn't hold any claims. It's 18-14. The Ducks went ahead and got a late score here with about 14 seconds left to go in the game. We'll see what actually happens. Person just walked by in the shadows. Oh, look, the lights went out again. That's so nice at the end of the game. 20 trying to get in there. I like number 20 for the Ducks, Mr. Night Train. Going to look forward to seeing him next week. Tigers better get on their chin straps for him. He's a load. No good right there. So 14 seconds on the clock, 18-14. It's all going to come down to realistically this kick. So I love that they keep turning on and turning off the lights. So it's nice in this sense. Wouldn't it have been nice if we'd have got this the whole night? Oh, I don't know what I'd have done with myself. No timeouts for the Ducks. They're going to kick an onside kick. Let's see what happens and see what kind of plays out in this game. Glad everybody's with us. Appreciate you joining us. Once again, I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Check out our website, www.scoresports.com. Also, you get a chance, subscribe to our channel at Score Sports or your YouTube channel, or tweet us at ScoreSports58. Follow us. We like to send information out. We're going to get a little bit better about that here come the fall. We work with a lot of high school teams. If you need your high school team filmed, reach out to us. Looking for helmet decals, reach out to us. Looking for customized socks, reach out to us. If you're just looking to get a game broadcasted, try to do what we can. Not here to price gouge it, just trying to make sure my filmers get taken care of financially and they get paid. That's the biggest thing. So it's one of those ones that I enjoy helping out as much as I can to be able to do this. This is the Ducks versus the Horsemen here. We've had a lot of fun. Lincoln Memorial Stadium / field over in North Augusta, South Carolina. Great first game, 18-14. It's been up and down. I felt like in many ways, it was 8-6 and with the safety, and I thought it was turning the onside kick. Got to get it high. Get under it. No. And he's running it. Just get down. Goodness gracious, get down. That's when you hope he fumbles. They all yelling at him, just telling him to get down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ball game right now. They should line up, smack hands, call it a day. We'll see what they do here. They will run at least one play off the clock here, and to be able to do that. So, nice way to wrap up the game here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. 18-14. Looks like it's going to be our final score of the night. The Ducks take an L. The Horsemen take a W. They'll go back down I-20 with a victory in their pockets. Congratulations, Horsemen. They'll get ready for their next opponent. And the Ducks will travel themselves back down 20 and get ready to take on the Atlanta Tigers. 1st and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. Should be one knee down. Favorite play in football right here, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorites. Love it to death. Knee it down. That's it. It's been real and it's been fun and it's been a lot of fun. Glad you could join us. Glad you could sit back. Appreciate it. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. We'll see you soon. See you next week. Semi-professional football. Hey, why not? Let's do something fun. Talk to you later. Be safe. Enjoy your Sundays.